Yeah, Facebook permit me to use this music to the time my phones. I have no copyright. Thank you.
We give every glory and adoration, every exaltation. We come before thee this evening to present your truth to the whole world, that mankind may testify in time to come that it wasn't man that did it, that they had no strength of their own, they had no army, they had no weapons. All they had was the gospel of truth and of redemption. And behold, because their hearts and their minds were clean, because the Almighty found them unblemished, that was why they were blessed, and everything they asked for came to pass. That was why this same generation, this very IPOB shall endure, for flesh cannot be mortalized, but the truth of the Most High, who is timeless, who is useless shall prevail. And upon that very promise do we pray this evening, because your words are yea and amen. People wonder, how come you loved David so much? Man couldn't understand that David knew how to ask thee for anything that he wants. There was nothing that David ever asked for that he didn't give to him. That same secret is what we have. That is what we present before thee to the hearing of the entirety of humanity this very evening, morning, noon or night, depending on where you're listening from. That we make this proclamation that your words are yea and amen, because you are God. Anything you say must come to pass. You are not man. Anytime, any word that you utter, documented by the sons of men in the Torah, in the scriptures, must come to pass. Because your spirit, you are not man. You are not mortal. Every word you utter must come to pass. And on that very premise do we anchor this very agitation. Because we go back to your scriptures, to your unadulterated, untampered with scriptures. In the book of Jeremiah we pray, chapter 16, verse 14. That is our prayer this very evening from where I am. You said, for you are Lord, you are God, you are the beginning and the end. There is nothing you created which can be equated nor used as an adjective to describe thee. You are bigger than all that man can ever imagine that you are. Only you is the beginning of time itself. That is why the ancients call you the Ancient of Days, the Ancients of the Ancients. For that is who you are. The I am that I am. And these are your words, because you are God. You said that a time is coming. According to the prophet Jeremiah, you said that a time is coming, and that time is now, this 2020. You said the time is coming when people will no longer swear by me as the living God who brought the house of Israel out of bondage in Egypt. These are your words, because you are God. You said a time shall come when people will no longer swear that this God of Moses, that led the God of Moshe, that led the Israelites out of the bondage and suffering in Egypt. Instead, these are your words, O Heavenly Father, with every reverence, humility, and submission. You said, instead they will swear by me as the living God, because you are living, everlasting, eternal, who brought his people out of the northern lands, out of the bondage from the north, for we inhabit the south. We are from the southeast. Oh Heavenly Father, you said, no longer will we remember you as the God of miracles that brought Israelites out of Egypt. We shall not be as the God that delivered his children from the criminals and darkness from the north. These are your words. And you were talking about Biafra. We are now going to swear by thy name and say, this God of Biafra that led his children out of the iniquitous existence which Britain fabricated for your children. And you said we are going to return from where you scattered us, from where they are killing us in Indonesia, from where they are killing us in Malaysia, from where we have been imprisoned in Brazil, from all the places we are suffering, all the places where we are being humiliated at the moment. You said, I will bring you back to your own country, to the land that I gave your ancestors, because I am God and I have spoken. And who is man to say no to the word of God? Or they cannot go. Upon this we anchor all that we do. We have no strength of our own. Upon your promise that came forth from the mouth of the prophet Jeremiah 16:14, you said, I will deliver you from the bondage from the north. The world will no longer say, this God of Moshe that led the Israelites out of Egypt. They will say, the God of Biafra that delivered them from the forces of darkness from the north. You were very specific. You said from the north. And you are God, and may your name be blessed forever and ever. He said, he said, he said. Abiobi, Abiobi,
Hello, my wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafra, and lovers of freedom. This is Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu. As I welcome you to this wonderful edition, please do welcome others. It's very important. It's very important as you join us, you share our program, and you invite your loved ones, your friends. God that na Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu n'online. God na Maazị Otimgbodomgbo on air. Maka ibe anyị na-agwa unu ebe a wee eziokwu Chineke. So as I welcome you, please endeavor to welcome others. It's very, very important. We are live at our pages on Facebook. The 3 pages I have on Facebook, we are live there. We are live at Ikechukwu Omadi Ezumezu. We have over 10,000 plus on this page. Please endeavor to hit the like button and share the program if you are watching me from there. We are live at Ikechukwu Ezumezu. At Ikechukwu Ezumezu, you all know this is our main page that is supposed to be more than 100 and something thousand people. But due to the fight, the reports, and Facebook, and the station all over, we are 28 from 28, we are down to 20. But it never bother us. We keep on preaching the gospel. So if you are listening to the sound of my voice at Ikechukwu Ezumezu, please endeavor to hit the like button and share the program. Is very important. We also live at Ikechukwu at Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu. This is our main page. This page have no restriction, but we don't have much people. But people are adding. I think we are 200 and something people on this page. Please, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, please share the program and follow me at Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu. It's very important. Please follow me there. It's very important. And we are also live at our YouTube. Our YouTube is wonderful, believe me. Very soon we hit to 600 people. Remember, only 3 people. 3 people. We all started with 3 people. 3 people I started with. We are hitting to 600 people. Please, if you are new here and you are listening to me at YouTube, if you are not subscribed, please, it's very important that you subscribe at our YouTube. Ikechukwu Ezumezu. Subscribe so that anytime I'm online, you will get the notification bell. It's very, very important. As you guys know, if you want to know the truth or you want to know what is happening in our struggle, this is the best channel for you. And again, Biafra Radio. Follow Biafra Radio. It's very important. You follow Biafra Radio. You follow the Wise Council on X and on also on his Facebook by the Sowore Ejimako. You must follow Counter Canon on his S and on Facebook. I also follow PC Meme. If you want to always get information about our slogan, our leader, to know the truth, you must follow this platform. I just mentioned we are not here for propaganda. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your time zone. This is Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu. As I welcome you, please welcome others. Please welcome others. It's very important. Please welcome others. Please welcome others. It's very, very important. Please welcome others. As I welcome you, Please endeavor to welcome others and share the program accordingly. It's very important. Now, today's program is on about uh, the statement from our own brother, our own person, in the person of Omoyele. He's an Ijaw guy, and he also say he have an Igbo blood. That if you test him, you will see that he have an Igbo blood too. So he would everywhere. For those who say that they are not Igbo, it's up to you. Why others from Scandinavia, from America, from Latin America, they are tracing their roots down to Igbo. In America, Black America, they are tracing their roots down to Igbo. You that are in zoo, you say you are not Igbo. One day it's up to you. Nke a why you see. It's up to you. Another why you see at all. O nwere one okooko, one akpa m chọrọ itake care of. Amara m ebe o si enene. One okooko akpọrọ ya ụmụnne abọkugo m ya na up to two channel. Ekekwa ọ bụrụ na o si na from Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwu si enene, I will take care of you now ka m blọk ọrụ now. Agwara m unu ọkwara unu ịbata here nwanne ị ya adị loya ịdịrọ loya mụnwa Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu I will make you to be loyal. Ịdị loyal mụnwa Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu I will humble you. Mma achọ ebe i si enyere wee blọk ọrụ ije wezire fake one wee batakwa again kwa mfụkwa that name blọk kwa gị. Maazị Ezumezu I'm in charge. Ebee ka o si enene so let me see. Okay, abụọ gongo na up to 2 bịasịkwa na nke bịasị na Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu wee bịakwa ka m blọkwa gị again. Oya, agwara m unu Facebook, you have Facebook ume. This is the best Facebook, Thank you. Oya, Okoko, oya, bye bye. Batakwa again. Yeah, I have taken care of you. So, Maazị Ezumezu, nwanne I'm in charge. Ya bụ na ịbịa na obu ma ọ kwelago, ịdị loya, ị gee m ntị. If we did nga na obu Aiza Yoruba, you can see, I went there and I remain loyal. I remain loyal to him. Ọ na obi ya ka m nọ. I remain loyal. Wee mee gịnị? Wee jụọ iwe m jụrụ ya. So ebe ebe a nọ chọrọ ịjụ m ajụ, the lawyer. Ịdị lawyer ntinye ego oti mgbo ntinye ego na my block industry. Ịbatakwa ikwukwe nti a second mpinye ogu ka ọkụ. So ekene m onye ọbụla kene nkwe kene nwaanyị si na ọ ya dịla anyị na mma ndụ nka ọ ya adịla awadịla na mma ndụ nka ndụ ya ya adị mbọsị eke mbọsị oyi mbọsị afọ mbọsị nkwọ ogbuo n'aka ndị na-arụ iwe ọma ogbuo n'aka ekpe ya arụ iwe ọma ga na-akwụ ya ilu. So the statement of Sowore, the reason why I use it as a topic because I want to provide the evidence of all he said about something that concerning us. I want to present the evidence. For those of you that have not come across such news and say, how is it possible? No. Today, he gained employer, move to the evidence. That is it. Everything is said about us. I will present evidence about what he said. And before I continue, I will say, Omoyele Sowore, Maazị Ezumezu, I'm greeting you. I say thank you. Keep it up. Keep it up. It doesn't matter if you're in Nigeria, but we know that you want the best of everybody. Everybody. You want the best of everybody. So keep it up. Keep it up. And for those of you who haven't come across even the statement he made that there was a memo that said that Igbo should not be given chance in Nigeria. It's rare. The first time I know such thing is when Chuba Okadibo was alive. That was the first time I come know such thing. And then we are not in media. If not, I can go some people can save such. That was the first time such statements that Igbos they were not allowed in certain level, even in the military. In everything that concern Nigeria, they were not allowed in certain level. Don't give them chance. So when Sowore say it, a lot of people are not about it, but this is the fact. It's the fact. It's the fact. As a matter of fact, that program he did, what is that platform? You guys should go and watch the full program because he said a lot. But I only just cut out the ones that I know that I want to use for a program to educate my fans, to tell people that what Sowore said was 100% truth. Gospel. Eziokwu Chineke. Eziokwu Chineke. Eziokwu Chineke. So before we go to it, please, Biafrans, there was a clip or a voice record. I don't want to play it. That voice record, when you listen to it, it's Donald Trump voice. Donald Trump, the president of America, the one that won president of America, 47th United States of America, Donald Trump a voice. If you listen to it, you will say that he gave Nigeria government instruction to this Mazin and Kano, blah, 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 blah. Please, my people, disguise that information is fake. It's fake, okay? This is AI. This guy that if you come across that video clip, please don't share it. If you come across it, delete it. Make sure you delete it, okay? Nobody should use such thing using our other case as a propaganda or anything that will be maybe self-centered. Please, if you come across that tape, that voice record, please, the only thing you need to do is to delete it. Don't share it, please. It's fake. It's fake. It's AI. I told you, when I already talk about Buhari then, those people don't know that AI have been in existence for so many years, but they are hiding it. Government they use here, all those words that they use, and they use it now knowledgeable, but today it's everywhere. You can see how they clone Donald Trump voice. When you listen, we thought it's Donald Trump, but it's not Donald Trump. Please, if you come across it, it's very important. Delete it. It's fake. Donald Trump have not said anything about our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very important. So let's go to the first video from our own brother from Ijoland. Let's go to the first video. Like I said, I will present evidence of what he just said. Anything he said, I will try as much as possible to present evidence because it's very important. Mm, hold on. Okay.
Top in 2006 February. Go and check. So
Yeah, before we continue, this platform, what is the platform name? I think Hilich, Please, if you guys come across using your video, don't use it to make money. I want to use it to educate my fans and others that did not know what Sowore said is for education, please. And please, guys, you guys should go to this platform. It's on YouTube and watch the full video. It's there. Thank you. Let's continue.
By 2015, Sahara reporters had been around for how many years?
9 years.
So how could the story of Sahara reporters be the one that you see? A lot of people who are going to watch this show or podcast never knew that I existed in 1993, and that's why they took history from our curriculum. So that even the little history that people should know about their people
Dots where they could
do not
connect that they
exist
would not know.
anymore. The last time history was written in this country was written about bad guys, and that's the only history that is still present. When I was reading history in primary school, on every Independence Day, they would make us line up to wait for the military guys who were stealing money. They will not even come. We'll be there, rain, sunshine, we'll be singing, then nobody will show up. But when I got to the university, I had to fight against the same people in history who I was told made Nigeria great. So that's why they quietly removed history. So a lot of people don't care also about history anymore. But you see societies that are great don't mess with history. As much as they're interested in computer science, they're also very interested in
You see, my people, you see what he just said, what he just said, because of they took away history from school. And that's why a lot of us don't know a lot that happened in Nigeria. And any country that want to become great, you don't have to do away with your history, whether it's bad or good. No. And that is why our own brethren, Benis, they don't know. They only depend, my papa tell me, mama tell me. A lot of lies. You go to TikTok, you will see them. Because they are not informed, because history have taken away from school. All you will hear from them, my papa tell me, my uncle tell me, my mama tell me, all bad, because history have been taken away from school. All those great countries you hear today, America, Russia, Britain, Germany, they still have their history, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And that's why people like us, we are trying our best and make sure that Biafra history shall not be covered, shall not be underground anymore. We are exposing as much as we can. And we thank God for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who came and started exposing everything. If not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Ezumide, I won't have been known that I have my brothers in Benue State. I also have my brothers in Kogi State. Mama, also in Calabar and other places. So we thank God for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So let's continue listening to Omoyele.
Where they're coming from.
Because
Who they are.
That will help
who they are. That will help you determine where you got it wrong and where you need to get it right. It will also help you to apportion blames, and will help. It's not all history that is good, because the people who also always win write history. Yes. You are never going to get, for instance, the correct history of the Biafran War, because it was mostly written by the guys who won the war. So you only have a few people on the side that fought who you can read their history, but you can't find it anymore. In this country, Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed. You know the first thing they did after they killed him? They removed his books from the literature curriculum in the schools in this country. I don't know if they've restored it now.
Talking about Biafra,
Yes.
you had a meeting
Yes.
with Nnamdi Kanu, and that sparked, in fact, I think
New York.
I think you got arrested after that
Yes.
meeting. People would say, you people are not fighting the same cause. You are fighting to be the president of the country. He is fighting to divide the country.
Yes.
People would say, why would you be seen in such a meeting? Would you like to clear that
You see,
air?
anybody that lacks any sense of consciousness would ignore social movements. That is the problem with Nigerian leadership. You cannot have a country in which there are 251 tribes or languages. and one big section says, we are not satisfied with her, and you don't talk to them, you don't understand them, then you are not a leader of that country. The reason I met him was to understand first what his struggle was about, which I knew already. And secondly, to also advise him on the way that I think we could all work together. And thirdly, to send a message to the Nigerian people that we can walk through our differences, even at these levels. And I was surprised that, contrary to what some people are saying, he did not want Nigeria to break up. He wanted a Nigeria where the Igbo man can survive. But for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu, from what you understand from the meeting with him,
yes,
he does not want Nigeria to break, to divide.
No, he said clearly that it is too late for Nigeria to come together. But he gave his conditions. We live streamed the meeting now. It's online.
Okay.
You see, on this point, we should always say that onye no Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't want Nigeria to break up. No? And maybe most of you that are watching this program will say, how? How? But let me remind you guys, do you guys remember when Onyendu said that he have a meeting with Oroneze Ndi Igbo? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu demand from Oroneze Ndi Igbo? And when they asked him to drop his plan and ask them, okay, before I drop this plan, you go to Abuja and get this and get this and get that and get that. Okay, I will drop it. I don't know if you guys are getting my point. If you don't get what I'm saying, if you don't get my point, I think it will be quite interested that I play this video from our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I told you that whatever I'm going to say here today, I'm going to present evidence. Let's listen to our leader meeting he said that he have with Oroneze Ndi Igbo. It's very important.
kwasị ka ha bụ ha niile ma ume ahụ ma okezi ikpeazụ ma nne ya nwodo okwu asị ka ọ bụ nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri ịgbara ndị Fulani odibo nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Naijiria ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ ikoni ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ si ha agaghị m emezi Biafra ọzọ unu bịa ka m gbara unu odibo ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo ha rịọrọ m njụ nsị na aga m ahapụ nwere onwe ha na-azọ kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efe isi kpakakpaka mba ọwọ Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya sị ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ụmị anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe unu na-eme kedu ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọwara m ka m ghọta na m sị ma unu arụghị ogbe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-agụ akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adịrị onye ihu na mma dịrị onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị mbụ ngwa agha onwenye m gbara egbe onwenye m gburu mma onwenye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si m gbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọha na eze na ndị gọvanọ ọkwa na gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbe ka abịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onwe onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen unu anunugo na onwe onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agbalịka alịka ka unu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta ọsị ka agbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụ agwọ.
Yeah, but Biafrans, let's welcome a senior comrade, Scotland General Coordinator, Mazi Jocelyn Dakus. Mazi Ndewo, you're welcome, Mazi. Let's continue.
Nnamdi Kanu aga m agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ha kwesịrị gbara m odibo ihe na-esere mụ na ha gaa n'ugwu Awụsa ndị ha na-akpọrọ isi n'ala na-ajụ ha o unu na ebe a Nnamdi Kanu ọ pụtakwa n'ụbọchị one unu hapịa ọ na-akpagharị ebe niile ego na-enye ga-enyekwa ya ọzọ onye ahụ otiri mkpu bịa ọ gaa na BBC Igbo na-akọrọ ha aka m esokwa ya aka gị ọkwa ọgwụ ogonwa wee onye isi nche na steeti gị ị ga-agwa m na o nwee ka ndị agha obodo ekwensu bụ zu Naijiria ga-esi malite na-akpa mkpamkpa n'obodo gị ị maghị ihe gbasara ya ngwongwo niile esi be m buru akwa ebe ka esi ikpeazụ ka ebugara na gọọmenti haus nọ n'ezi nna m ha na-ekiri na-amụ amụ ohe were ụmụnne ha na-eresi ndị Fulani chee na ndị Fulani ga-ahụ ha n'anya wee na-ajụ na-asị gị na-eme na ọha na eze n'ụbọchị nke taa akwa ofu Jubril a ha na-agbara odibo ha na-achụrụ efi akwa ọkwa ofu Jubril a bịara ugbu a bịa tisa ọha na eze tiwa ya ụzọ abụọ ịhụnanya ya
o nwere otu ọ ga-abụ ma gị ma ha nwere ike bịakọta ọnụ ka akpa ihe ọfụma nwee nkwekọrịta otu a ga-esi gaa n'ihu
ihe na-eme na ndị be anyị wụ na ha na-aghọtachi anyị na-eme ọfụma ịjụọ ha ha sịra m chọrọ ikewapụ Biafra n'ime Naijiria na ọ bụghị ihe ziri ezi na iwu obodo ha akwadoghị ya nna ajụ ha sị ya kee ụzọ chọrọ isi ime ya asị na ọwụ ka aga mee ntuli aka elu anyị bịanyecha aka atụcha vootu aga na ebe a na-eme iwu anọrọ akpa ya ekwekọrịta anyị gawa n'iru njụọ ha ndị na-eme iwu obodo Naijiria mmadụ ole si Kano steeti pụta 44 44 ọ bụ mmadụ ole na-emekwe n'iwu a si Abia Imo na Bayelsa pụta ha erughị sọsọ Kano steeti ọ bụzi ụzọ dị aṅaa ka ị ga-esi wee nweta ihe a ibu n'obi ebe ndị ọwa anyị na ha na-awụ nọchiri egwu agara agbachi ụzọ nọchi ebe niile efe adịghị ụzọ adịghị obere ihe unu kwesịrị ọrụ unu anaghị arụ ya nwatakịrị ihe wụ ogbe nkịtị ebe na-ebute mmanụ na-ebute ukoro ọkụ ike a na-ebupụ na-akpata ego bekee wee na-eri ndị ugwu Awụsa ji na-eleta onwe ha mma wụnaba anyị ka o si bịa okporo ụzọ nkịtị na amarụ Ọnịcha ruo Enugu kezi ihe ọzọ ị na-akọwara m ọ bụ gịnị ka imepụta gworo ga-eme m ga-eji wee nwee ntụkwasị obi ebe ị nọ n'ihe ị na-ekwu na ị ga-emenwu ya na ọwa eziokwu ihe IPOB na makwa nnupụ isi ka anyị na-enupụ isi akwụkwanekwa na-ekwu na ilu a na-atụ n'Igbo a sị mgbe ụfọdụ mgbe okorobịa nwekwana ka onye ara na-alụnye ya nwaanyị ọkwana ihe anyị na-eme na mmegbu anyị na-emegbu anyị na ọ karịala na ihe a na-eme anyị na ọ dịghị mma ekunye agbagbuo anyị ege ebe a akpọ ejide ebe anyị na-azụ ahịa laa ya n'iyi ha nwa na onwe ha enweghị ihe ha pụrụ ime ha niile na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo ị ga-abịa bịakwute nna gị okwesị nna gị okwu ana m enupụ isi nsị ha mmụọ awụ Nnamdi Kanu na m agbara ha odibo uru ha bụ m ka mụ na ha mee ya ha ajụ onye na-eso onweghị ihe ọzọ ana m ekpere ha ekpere ka onye nwe anyị baa ha n'ime ka ha nweta ezi mmụọ nchegharị ka ha ghọta na ha nwee ọrụ ha kwesịrị ịrụ n'ime ndụ ndị ha ịghọtakwa n'ọrụ a ma rụọ ya nke ọma wee ịghọta na eziokwu nọ n'ime ya ihe na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ka ọ bụ ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu mmekọrịta anyị na ha na-ahụ nsogbu ọbụla adịghị kama ha nọ n'okwu asị na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo efe adịghị ha agaghị eme mmekọrịta ọbụla ma ọlị.
So, my people, upon Afugia, now, like I said, that everything Sowore said here, everything he said, I will try as much as possible to get proof of what he said, so that others who may come across my program will understand where Sowore is coming from. How I'm on this is my platform. I have a very small platform, really small space. But what we say here is Ezoku Chineke, the gospel. We're in the group with the gospel. Ezoku Chineke. And I also said, time with that number, that the program I'm doing today is not for us, for me and you. It's for our children. A time will come, they'll say, no, Maazị Ezumezu Nwekwensu Go to his profile. Let's go and check what he said. Okay, eziokwu. That is why I get debunk nwaanyị isi ọcha na France, Chika Medike, and other people that okwu asa. No, I will bring them here. I will debunk them ntie wetin gbodomgbo. Now, ka anyị gbapụ ya ọsọ gakwa na Sowore. It's very important. Because I have a lot of videos to play today. A lot of videos. Maybe today I will not do much talk. The videos will do much talk, not me. It's very important.
Break up. He wanted a Nigeria where the Igbo man can survive. But for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu, from what you understand from the
Yes.
meeting with him,
Yes.
he does not want Nigeria to break, to divide.
No, he said clearly that it is too late for Nigeria to come together. But he gave his conditions. We live streamed the meeting now. It's online.
Okay.
And part of it was live streamed. Some of them were private. But he said that he feels that if Nigeria were to respect certain protocols, including a referendum inserted in the constitution, and he still says it even now in court, that if he's released, he will go back and end the bloodshedding. The bloodshedding is in that part, and that a conversation can. He says that in every court appearance, that he's being held is not helping the opportunity to have a conversation about whatever it is, the unity you are begging for. But you see, Nigeria has a problem. And I've always said, Nigeria has an Igbo problem. And I'm not saying it to please people who are known as Igbos. But the moment they decided to take the action they took in 1967 to 1970, the war, Nigeria, having won that war in their eyes, never forgave the Igbos. That is the reality. And if I were to be president of Nigeria today, the first thing I would do is to head to the Southeast and apologize to them for the war. Part of it is that I'd never participated in it. And I cannot continue to fight a war that I did not engage in. And then ask them, what do we want?
So are you saying that the federal government has, even before
Successive governments.
successive governments,
Yes.
they've always had this anger against the Igbos?
There is a secret memo, I don't know where it is located, in government, that whenever we want to take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, they will overrun. It's a well-known fact. Even our parents
Wow.
tell us, Igbo. You understand? Some of them even say it unconsciously. They even say it on radio shows in this country. So don't let us lie to ourselves, because except we bring this out openly and
Yes.
discuss, it's a taboo that we have refused to discuss.
True.
We are not going to solve the problem. It is the reason why the federal government of Nigeria feels that in 2024, detaining Nnamdi Kanu.
Now, my people, when Sowore make this statement, when Omo Sowore make this statement, you can see the those that are interviewing him, both the lady there, our sister there, say, no, they were all surprised, all amazed about Sowore comment. But believe me, whatever Sowore said there is there on internet. Let them make a research and find out what Sowore said, if it's true or not. He's there. But, but now, I will present to you a video from Ahmad Bello. I think that was before 1960. He made this comment, this statement in 1957 or 1958. So this will back up what Shawol just said. Now, let's go. All Maazị Ezumezu going to be an tata. Now, let's listen to Ahmad Bello and to know if what Shawol said, if it's lie or true. Let's listen.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north?
I hope you guys listen. Sir Ahmad Bello said in 1952, when he came, there was no Northerners in the office in the North. But now that he have notarized them every session, that means he kick away the people that are married, are legally married for job, and put there his own brothers and sisters. He doesn't care if they're married or not. This is the beginning of the problem we have. And this is one of the greatest hate speech. But people are turning blind hand on it. But those our brothers and sisters that Sowore was in midst of them, they cannot tell me they have not come across this, or they can, if they want to research, they will not come across this. Is on internet. If person like me can have access to all those things, how about them that are more professional than me? How about them? So until we start telling ourselves the truth, that will be the beginning of solving our problem or solving Nigeria problem. Okay, let's continue listening.
Solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians, a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
So, I hope you guys understood what this man just said. This is one of the greatest hate speech in Nigeria. But these people, they turn blind hand, they turn other side. No, you can see. And between the 1950s up to date, who owns the power then? You can see. They say his own people will be there, whether they merit it or not. And this is the problem they start having in Nigeria. That Igbo man should not get to There was a limit for an Igbo man. They don't need mail it. If you mail it something, it's not their business. In as much you are their brother, you come from the north, come and take over. That is why if you go to NNPC today, go and check the group manager and the directors. Who are they? They are northerners, and they know nothing. They know nothing. Let's continue with Omoyele. It's very important. Biafrans, Sowore is telling you guys, and also he's telling the world, despite all the court ruling in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are still holding awarded than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there. How about Abia State, from High Court, Federal High Court, the judgment in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They told Nigeria, let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. No way. How about the Tribune, African Union, ask the Nigerian government to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go? The answer is no. How about UN Working Group? Ask Nigerian government, let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go and tender apology. Nothing. How about appeal court that discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and said that no court in Nigeria have the right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Did they let our leader go? No. Rather, they went back and formed whatever law they formed to hold our leader. How about Supreme Court judgment in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Supreme Court made 3-point judgment in favor of our leader. Go to the White Council, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor S. Ando. You will see it there. The judgment from Supreme Court in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 3 points. He mark it with red. Go there and check it. It's there. So Sowore is telling you, despite all the court rule in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did they let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go? The answer is no. But guess what? Onyendu is coming out, whether they like it or not. This is the fact. Let's continue listening to Sowore.
That not secession? Is it what does secession is that you leave a country,
Yes.
you say to that country goodbye,
And not do
you
again.
get to the other country, you bow down, you touch the
Soil.
the soil,
And it's when they say you go do am.
and then you renounce your citizenship of the country you are coming from. Is that not what they call secession?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to look at the number of people that have seceded in that Japa syndrome, there are more than all the Igbos combined together who are asking to leave. And in the process of keeping Nigeria united, we have let go of more citizens than the country should have. Yes.
So you think if they had because I mean from the last thing you said now, you say in the process of trying to keep Nigeria united,
Yes.
we have let go of more citizens than we should have.
Of course.
So if we had allowed for the division or secession of Nigeria, most of our citizens that are outside would not have been outside.
No, you see, it is not the secession I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
It is what led to the war that we did not address.
Okay.
And what happened after the war. Why is it that Nigeria hasn't been able to overcome the Biafran problem? It's because Nigeria never addressed what the Biafrans were asking for before the war.
What were they asking?
They were asking for to be treated not as second-class citizens in this country. Don't you know what happened, the called pogrom in this country, where people were slaughtered and their bodies and their heads placed inside?
Now, Sowore said that what we are asking is not to treat as second-class citizen in our own motherland. And this is the fact. And this is the truth. It's the gospel truth. In your own land, you will be treated like a stranger. Nwanne, ebee ka a na-akọtata akụkọ? Eh? Now, I want to present to you guys a video. Do you know Ajokuta steel company, Ajokuta? That steel company is supposed to build in Igbo land on the axis. That steel company they built at Ajokuta by Dumais, Russia company. It's not operating today. It's not working. Supposed to be built in Igbo land, but they take it to Ajokuta. Go on, say no. Now let me present a video about it. It's really important. Let's listen to this our brother.
Nigeria still doesn't produce industrial quality steel, even though there was supposedly the world's largest steel mill was constructed in Nigeria. Now, what most people don't know is that the consultants who designed that steel mill recommended that that steel mill should be sited just outside Onitsha. But as a direct result of the Biafran war, as a direct result of the Biafran war, it was the stated policy of Murtala Mohammed that we should not reward those Igbos.
Wow.
So he now moved it to a forest in Kogi State instead. In fact, the Metallurgy Institute of Nigeria, which was already constructed prior to the steel mill, till today it's in Onitsha. That's why. Because that was constructed first. The steel mill was supposed to be next to the Metallurgy Institute. That's why Metallurgy Institute is in Onitsha, steel mill is in Kogi. You know. But Nigeria ended up dribbling itself because we went and put it in Kogi where it's unviable. It has never produced anything in 40 plus years.
Let's repeat it again.
Industrial quality steel.
Get it again.
Even though there was supposedly the world's largest steel mill was constructed in Nigeria. Now, what most people don't know is that the consultants who designed that steel mill recommended that that steel mill should be sited just outside Onitsha. But as a direct result of the Biafran war, as a direct result of the Biafran war, it was the stated policy of Murtala Mohammed that we should not reward those Igbos.
Wow.
So he now moved it to a forest in Kogi State instead. In fact, the Metallurgy Institute of Nigeria, which was already constructed prior to the steel mill, till today it's in Onitsha. That's why. Because that was constructed first. The steel mill was supposed to be next to the Metallurgy Institute. That's why Metallurgy Institute is in Onitsha, steel mill is in Kogi. You know. But Nigeria ended up dribbling itself because we went and put it in Kogi where it's unviable. It has never produced anything in 40 plus years.
So, do you guys hear it from him? And let me also ask, taking it to Ajokuta, Kogi State, is it still working? You can see the hate they have where Igbos are. Monitara Mohammed said, no, you can't build this in East, they take it to Kogi State. And I could remember the company that is in charge of that state mill is Russia company, Dumais. But today, is he still working? Is he working? No. So tell me, you that hate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, do you see one of the reasons Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for his people? That we being under Nigeria, we being in Nigeria, we will not achieve our best ability. We will not develop ourselves because Nigeria was designed to destroy human destiny. And be honest with you, Nigeria was designed as a destiny destroyer because Nigeria was just a company, two loyal Niger company. This is the fact. That is open. Now let's go back to Omoyele.
South. Yes, from the north, from the mid, the different parts of the north. Are we ignoring that? So
That happened.
Before the war?
Before the war. That's what they call pogrom.
History.
People who were settled, doing well, they were slaughtering them and sending their bodies and their heads inside calabash and sending on trains that was heading east.
Were they Easterners?
They were Easterners. Why are you asking me? It's there in, go and Google it now. So you expect that will happen, and then there was a war that eviscerated 3 million people. Wow. And when the war was over, you just say, oh, nobody was vanquished, nobody was victorious. And then 3 hours. But you still kept a memo and said, don't trust them.
Collect people money,
Yes.
give them 20 pounds.
And then you took their properties. Ojukwu did not get back JAMB until 1992 now, his father's house, that is known as JAMB headquarters here in Ikoyi. It was after he came back from Ivory Coast. It was Babangida, I think, that gave him back their property. So any country that is perpetually carrying out systemic injustice against will lose more citizens than they should have. The reason why countries that are work is because citizens believe in their country. And you cannot force that belief. It has to come through social justice.
True.
It has to come through economic justice. Why is it that, my children can feel like they're US citizens?
Now, you can see, when Omoyele make that statement, talk about pogrom against Igbo, even the lady there start asking him, are they Easterners? He said, yes. So why asking me? Go and find out. It's on internet. This took place 1966. A lot of our people were slaughtered, beheaded, thrown in the Benue River. Some of their bodies were sent down to East. It was as a result of that, Ojukwu do what? Summon all the kings, all the Igbo politicians. I think that was at Enugu. And they said, no, we have to break out. They said, no, we have to. And we said, okay, we succeeded. We said, we call ourselves Biafran. And guess what? Nigeria government took fight to us. Nigeria government took fight to us. Nigeria government took fight to us. And even when that in 1966, Ojukwu ordered the Northerners, give them safe passage to go back to North. None of them were by, but we in the North, we were slaughtering like a chicken. A pregnant woman or a woman, their stomach will be open. We are slaughtering like a chicken. But Ojukwu still pave a peaceful passage to the northerners to go back to north. And today, you that are against Mazin Nandi Kano, because easily have been taken away from school, you don't know what's happened. You that are yapping your mouth, hey Biafra, hey Igbo Nka, Igbo everywhere, you don't know what happened. And even though you know, because of the hate you have on Igbos, and that hate, if you don't take time, it will lead you to an earlier grave. Because we did not make ourselves to be Igbos. I didn't make myself that I would become an Igbo man. You that are watching me did not make yourself to be Igbo or Bini or Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani. None of us have the power to do so. Then why can't you love your neighbor? And then they marry now by force again. I want to leave. Is it by force? Now, these people in the studio cannot tell me they did not hear about pogrom against Igbos, where thousands of us were slaughtered. Even before that was what lead to civil war. And after then, they went to Abuli Accord. At the end of the day, people say, no, if you cannot obey this Abuli Accord, I cannot allow you to be buying my people. Now, I want to present a short clip about little that happened in the north then. I want you guys to watch. About the program. I want to present to you. I want to present to you guys. This happened in the Kano state. This one is from the Kano state.
Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be sharing with you guys what happened in 1966 pogrom, also known as the Igbo pogrom / Kano massacre. So guys, stay tuned and stay glued to see highlights of events that took place on that period of time. Only to be shot down in the main terminal by other soldiers, screaming the blood causes of a Muslim holy war. The Hausa troops turned the airport into a shambles, bayoneting Igbo workers in the bar, gunning them down in the corridors and hauling Igbo passengers off the plane to be lined up and shot. From the airport, the troops fanned out through downtown Kano, hunting down Igbos in bars, hotels, and on the streets. One contingent drove their Land Rovers to the railroad station, where more than 100 Igbos were waiting for a train and cut them down with automatic weapon fire. The soldiers did not have to do all the killings. They were soon joined by thousands of Hausa civilians who rampaged through the city armed with stones, cutlass, machetes, and homemade weapons of metal and broken glass, crying Hathim and Allah. The mobs and troops invaded the Sabon Gari, which means strangers' quarters, ransacking, looting, and burning Igbo homes and stores and murdering their owners. All night long and into the morning, the massacre went on. Then, tired but fulfilled, the Hausa drifted back to their homes and barracks to get some breakfast and sleep. Municipal garbage trucks were sent out to collect the dead and dump them into mass graves outside the city. The death toll will never be known, but it was at least 1,000. Somehow, several thousand Igbos survived the orgy, and all had the same thought: to get out of the north. Many were packed onto a southbound train. The management of large companies operating in Kano chartered every available plane. All told, 1,400 Igbos were flown out of Kano alone last week. One officer of the 5th dismissed the whole thing as a prank. But there was no assurance that it would not happen again. When a government representative promised a tense meeting of the Kano Chamber of Commerce that all was under control, he was hooted down. Assurances are no longer any good, retorted one local business leader. The push has started. The Kano massacre was a critical blow to the attempts of the Nigerian government to hold the country together. In the Igbo East, military governor Odomego Ojukwu ordered all members of outside tribes to leave the region immediately, announcing curtly that I have lost confidence in my ability to continue restraining the violently injured feelings of the people of this region. Ojukwu also repeated his past threat to lead the East out of the Nigerian Federation entirely. I have said before that the East would not secede unless she is forced out, he told the Igbos in a radio broadcast. Fellow countrymen, the push has started. In Lagos, the newspaper Daily Sketch made an eloquent and pathetic plea for sanity. Will no one save Nigeria? It asked. Is there no one whose love for Nigeria transcends love for tribe or personal safety, who is willing to come forward and seek others like himself to nurse this sick nation? If there be a man, let him come forward today for God's sake. However, the mutiny was not confined to the army, nor were the victims Igbo soldiers alone. The mutiny became indiscriminate in nature, and every Igbo, whether military or civilian, became a target. The acclaimed Igbo author Chinua Achebe had shortly before the January coup published a book entitled A Man of the People, which told the fictional story of a country ravaged by a political crisis that culminates in a military coup. To some northern soldiers, the book was evidence of Achebe's foreknowledge of complicity in the January Igbo coup. He too was haunted by northern soldiers, and he had to hide at a safe house in Lagos for some weeks before he was able to escape to the eastern region with his family. Mobs, assisted in many cases by northern soldiers, massacred tens of thousands of Igbos residents in the northern region. The resentment of Igbos that has simmered beneath the surface for years was released in a violent burst of volcanic rage and extreme bloodlust. The massacres were too widespread and intense to have been spontaneous. Some civilian agent provocateurs were active, assisted by some of the less disciplined northern soldiers. A northern corporal gave a plausibly simple rationale for the pogrom. Igbos killed our leaders in January. They were taking all the top jobs. We had to get rid of them. Now we have only got northerners in this barrack. All the southerners have run away. A favored tactic was to halt southern bound trains, which were on occasion stoned as they were departing, and order all Igbos on board to disembark, after which they would be shot. This occurred frequently at the River Benue crossing at Makurdi. In one eyewitness report, Igbo maids who were suspected to be soldiers or of fighting age were hauled off a train and tossed off the side of the bridge into the river. Several innocent people were murdered based on the region or ethnic profiling of suspects' names, physical features, and accents. The wearing of Western attire and frequently speaking English publicly became perceived Igbo identifiers. During the initial mutiny at the Abeokuta garrison at the 9th of July 28, Lieutenant Gabriel Idoko was shot at by his fellow northern soldiers when they mistakenly presumed he was Igbo because he was wearing a Western type suit. Idoko had a lucky escape. The bullet passed through his jacket and did not hurt him. The soldiers who shot at him apologized when they realized he was northern. Killing was sometimes confused by the fact that many Igbos were fluent Hausa speakers, where ethnicity was in doubt, suspects would be asked to pronounce difficult Hausa words in an attempt to elicit an Igbo pronunciation of such words. Some impatient northern NCOs did not bother with such necessities and simply enlarged the scope of killing, with the result that some members of Eastern minority ethnic groups were also killed. This led to official appeals against molestation or killing of non-Igbo Southerners. In Bauchi, hometown of murdered Prime Minister Balewa, a Ministry of Information sound truck drove around appealing for Northerners not to attack non-Igbos. The cynical subtext of this message was that it remained acceptable to attack Igbos. There were a few isolated acts of clemency by Northern officers. Lieutenant Colonel Castina arranged for his Igbo ADC, Lieutenant Chris Ugokwe, to be hidden, then safely repatriated to the eastern region. Ugokwe would return to prominence a decade later during another coup and subsequently became chairman of the National Population Commission. In Kaduna, Captain Mamadu of the 1st Brigade Signals Troops advised his eastern soldiers to stop showing up at work for their own safety. The surviving eastern soldiers took his advice to heart and fled to the eastern region. Also in Kaduna, the same RSM Amadu Bello that lured Lieutenant Colonel Okoro into being murdered in the 3rd Battalion Guard Room, and Captain John Swanton saved some southern soldiers from being killed after they had been assembled on a hockey pitch surrounded by northern troops. Major Abakari also helped Igbo soldiers to escape. Lieutenant D.S. Abubakar saved 2 junior Air Force officers from being murdered at Sergeant Labdam's notorious checkpoint on Kata Bridge. The wife of former UMBC leader Joe Taka also sheltered Igbos inside her home as northern troops gathered outside baying for their blood. Ojuku's sister was saved by a Yoruba named Dr. Oshodi, who hid her under one of the beds in his house. Amidst the murders, tension and mutual suspicion, there was a remarkable display of military camaraderie at Lieutenant Colonel David Ogunewe's 1st Battalion, Enugu. Northern and Igbo officers toasted each other with drinks and posed together for a final photograph before Northern soldiers departed the battalion following the agreement to return all soldiers to their respective regions of origin. Such comradeship in the midst of bitterness was isolated, but was shown again the following year when members of the Supreme Military Council met and deliberated at Aburi, Ghana, in the midst of cordial manner, despite months of mutual suspicion, accusations, and murder. The Eastern Region authorities made great efforts to collect testimony from survivors. Lieutenant Colonel Ojukwu later said that, "Gentlemen, officers and men of Eastern Nigeria origin who had moved from other parts of the country know the names, the faces of individuals who perpetrated these atrocities. Mention a name, we know who killed him. Mention somebody, we know who at least hounded him out of his barracks." Ojukwu felt a burden of responsibility and personal guilt for those Igbos killed in the pogroms. He later reminisced that after the May 1966 riots, he went on the air and told Igbos that it was safe for them to return to the northern region. Not long after, many of those that heeded his call to return to the northern region were murdered in September and the October 1966 pogroms. There was a little sympathy for the Igbos, and the attitude of many was that they deserved their fate or had it coming. Ojukwu eventually ordered all non-Easterners to leave the eastern region for their own safety. Contrary to popular opinion, this measure was not a retaliatory measure against Northerners residents in the eastern region, who were few in numbers. The measure was taken in order to prevent conflicts between Igbos and Yorubas resident in the eastern region. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I hope you guys understand what this YouTuber said. This is the few one that you can lay hand on. Then if you go to YouTube, there's a lot about the program, Igbo massacre in 1966. So all those was against Igbos. And today, someone will be against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for saving his people. Today, someone will be against IPOB leader for saving his people. Ojukwu try every means to make sure the situation was calm. They settle the differences. But guess what? They not turn as the fuse. At some point, even after that program, after that massacre of our people, Ojukwu make a very peaceful passage to northern to return to north. None of them, no one was harmed. Even after eyeing our people in thousands, sending the body bag down to east. Still yet, Ojukwu, they still went to Ghana, Aburi Accord. Guess what? Nothing. As a matter of fact, they started eyeing us in 1945 from Jos. Igbo massacre in 1945 at Jos. Up to now. And let me tell you guys, do you know why these riots, anything that happened around the world, once it was against Muslim, they will start riot in the north, buying Igbos. Do you know why it stopped? It was IPOB that stopped it. It was IPOB that stopped it. Maznagan that stopped it. If not any single thing they did in the Western world against the Muslim people, the next thing they will start buying our people. It was the coming of IPOB that put a stop to it. Now, let's continue listening to Omoyele. Let's get another second video. Let's listen to Omoyele. It's very important. But, but before then, let's present this video clip from Gowon, where he told us that he did all those things just to keep Nigeria warm. Let's present a video of that time of Chineke ya akpọ ọkụ. Chineke ya akpụ ya ọkụ. That Gowon, Chineke ya akpụ ya ọkụ. God knows why he's still keeping him alive.
That you went through, honestly, as I've said, the civil war, it was not my wish or intention to have, to fight a civil war. It is not a hatred against any peoples, but the political situation at the time was such that it got to the point. It's either Nigeria remains one country or not. And as I always said during that time, I said, if question of breaking Nigeria is not part of our discussion, etc. We will review everything in order to make sure that Nigeria survive and be a great country. I'm a great believer in Nigeria.
Chineke kpọọ gị ọkụ. Chineke kpọọ gị ọkụ wago ụwa asaa. You are a great believer of Nigeria. But where are you? Where are you living today? Are you living in Nigeria? Are you living in Nigeria? The answer is no. You're based in France. You're based in France. The same Nigeria you believe on, he left him, he's based in France. At old age, you are still lying. You don't have remorse of what you do. Just to keep Nigeria warm, that's why you massacre millions of people to keep Nigeria warm. to keep Nigeria warm. You massacre millions of people just because you want to be loyal to British government. You massacre. Today, what's happened to your people? In Benue, what is happening in Benue? 43 communities have left their home and foreigners have taken over. That is the same Nigeria you want to be one. In Jos, Plateau State, what happened? 53 communities have run away from their motherland. Foreigners have taken over. That's the same country you want one. Chineke ya akpọ this man ọkụ. Chineke ya akpọ gị ọkụ. Go on. Chineke ya akpọ gị ọkụ. Chineke ya akpọ gị ọkụ. I still have a video where this guy said that none of Nigerian soldiers did not buy any Biafrans. I have a video of it. But I think I've done that program maybe months ago. Chineke ya akpọ gị ọkụ. Let me take this hand off here, this stupid man out. Chineke ya akpọ gị ọkụ. Now let's go to Omoyele.
Very global in our thinking, that the struggle for liberation, when it gets to a point, can reach you anywhere. I wanted to mention earlier that when I met Nnamdi Kanu in 2019, he said to me, "Are you going to Nigeria?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you mad?" I just left Nigeria. They came to kill me in my house. They killed 28 people.
Wow.
And I remember telling him, I said, if you are still doing this Biafran thing, you are not safe anywhere. Because there's a global interest to keep Nigeria the way it is. So that,
Global interest.
oil can keep flowing in direction of multinationals. There are people whose interest is to make sure Nigeria doesn't progress so that the black man will not find his feet globally. So anybody who is also fighting them here, you are fighting that global economic interest. And that is
Unanole? Create masses business na go never for a very long time. Create na go never for a very long time. Create na go never for a very long time. That even the people that still holding our leader, it was Britain and America and this Western world, this Germany, France, or whatever. They are the ones still holding us now. Not because of game of interest, oil. Because of oil. That's why I told Simon Ekpa, if you know that you are fighting for Biafrans, if you want me, Mazezu, to believe that you are fighting for Biafra, do only these two things. Make sure no barrack remain in Biafra land. Go after them in barrack. Second, the oil company, ask them to down their tools to leave. Do these two things, I will know that we are sincere. Do it. But guess what? You cannot do it. Believe me, if Simon Ekpa, because when I was saying it, after some days, I saw when he was posting that they attack oil facility, they attack it, and I said, look at Okoko. I said, look at Okoko. I grew up in coastal area, coastal region of Biafra. That's where I grew up. All those cliques, I know about that. I know about it. I grew up in coastal region of Biafra, if you don't know. It was posting, I don't know. One call I make, hey, I tell me why I forget that not to happen. Therefore, let me tell you, if Simon Ekpa make a move to go into this oil sector, man, they believe me, under 24 hours, Simon Ekpa will be in Nigeria. Take it from me. Take it from me. Remember, I told you guys that whatever Nigerian government is sent to do, they cannot take him to Nigeria. No. I told you guys, and I still standing on it. Because of the EU law and everything, But if Simon Ekpa move to go against oil floating to Europe, to America, to UK, to Germany, to France, 24 hours, he will be in Nigeria. Take it from me. Do you know why Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, want us to get everybody together? And at the end of the day, only man said the only thing that can solve this problem is revolution. Do you know why? Onyendu knows. Onyendu knows. And that's why Onyendu was building, bringing everybody together. Bringing everybody together, But this Okoko North Finland, which I will come for his program. I'm coming for his program, not now. Now, let's continue. Let me take it back for sure, but see, make a very vital point here. Let me take it back. Let's listen again.
Earlier that when I met Nnamdi Kanu in 2019, he said to me, "Are you going to Nigeria?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you mad? I just left Nigeria. They came to kill me in my house. They killed 28 people." And I remember telling him, I said, "If you are still doing..."
Now, Biafrans, Mazi Dakus, yeah, I will send my link, but just please give me time, please, okay? Just little time, okay? No, let me send a video clip um about Freeman ike otu onye. So Freeman ike otu onye, so ị na-ebe dodge ya, ị kelele your brother. Freeman from a Freeman ike otu onye is a strong member of Simon Ekpa, Nigeria government in exile. It's a strong member. No? Ka m kpọ Simon Okoko ọkọmọpụta small oga, no dey call am Okoko, please. Okay. Okay, Freeman anụgo m ihe ikwu. Kama anyị ga na-ekwukwa eziokwu, ịghọtago? Anyị ga na-ekwu eziokwu. Ịma na anyị ga na-ekwu eziokwu. This is the fact. Okay, just come in now. Okay. Anyị ga na-ekwu eziokwu. That is why ọkwalago Maazị Ezumezu nwe ekwensu. Enwe igwu na ebe a wụ gịnị the truth. Eziokwu Chineke. You may not like the way I speak. You may not like the way I sound. Because I don't know how to paint issues. I'm not a broadcaster. I'm not a paint joke, but people are called that truth. And I know you understand what I'm saying. I may not be perfect in speaking English, but if you follow me up, you will know what I'm saying. You know? So I tell Simon, I said, if you do these two things, I will come live and say, one day, I salute you. Yeah, I'm sorry for criticizing you. These two things, go in Barak. Those GOs, them that are sending these boys, go after them. Make sure the barracks in Nigeria, there is no more. And go after the oil sector. Tell them to down to. If you do these two things, when they believe me, Mazes Mez, I will come out and say, one day, I'm sorry for all I said. But guess what? Simon Ekpa will not try it. Because if you try it, believe me, in the next 24 hours, he will be in Nigeria. I know what I'm talking about. EU law is not there. Finland law will not stop. Because guess what? But these people are after our resources in Nigeria. If Britain, before independence, can sacrifice 60 of their citizens just because to have oil, to have that was palm oil, just to have access to our resources. Britain can sacrifice 60 of their men. The present day Bayelsa. And they came later to wipe everybody in that location. President of Bayelsa. You will know that because I told you guys that the world is feeding from Africa, mostly Nigeria. This is the fact. You will hear from Sowore now what he said about Skin Salowiwa and everything. Now, Sowore mentioned about Onyendu, telling him that he just escaped from Nigeria because these people came to buy him, and 28 men were by. Now let me present the evidence of that. I want to present the evidence of that before we go on what Sowore is talking. the Nigeria. Now, this was our leader's home, his father's home in Afalaku Ibeku. On that very day, 28 men were by on that day by Nigeria soldiers. Let's listen. You can hear shots. This is stuff going on in the home of the we can see what happening now. This is happening now in the home of the leader of the Justice Professor. The Nigerian army is here. They are here now. Hey, come and say, look at Enu. Can you that tank? You can hear the sound going on. The Nigerian army is here. Shooting. They are here shooting at the home of the leader of the Justice Professor. Mepusa. How to video? Okay, so I will stop here because I have played this video before now. So because I have some videos to play, there's no time. I don't have much time. Now, let's go back to Omoyele.
I wanted to mention earlier that when I met Nnamdi Kanu in 2019, he said to me, "Are you going to Nigeria?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you mad?" I just left Nigeria. They came to kill me in my house. They killed 28 people. Wow. And I remember telling him, I said, if you are still doing this Biafran thing, you are not safe anywhere. Because there's a global interest to keep Nigeria the way it is. So that, global interest. Oil can keep flowing in direction of multinationals. There are people whose interest is to make sure Nigeria doesn't progress so that the black man will not find his feet globally. So anybody who is also fighting them here, you are fighting that global economic interest. And that is what was clear to us during Ken Saro-Wiwa's death. The world could have saved Ken Saro-Wiwa. Even Mandela refused to make the call to Abacha. Or he said he called Abacha, Abacha didn't pick. All of them could have made that call and said, look, if you touch this guy, we are going to give you hell. But because, Ken Saro-Wiwa went and pressed the red button, which is oil. Do you know why Ogoni land has over 62 billion cubic feet of gas?
62 billion.
This is not even oil.
Gas.
Because what most people don't understand is that oil is going out of business. But gas is going to be around for a long time.
Yes.
So that is what they're interested in protecting. And the guy who starts saying, we own the thing, I was like, what's your problem now, guy, man? And they finished him. Global conspiracy. It's the same thing they did to Kanu now. How do you think that Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and brought to Nigeria, and there's no manifest of the plane that brought him to today? Even judges cannot ask for it. How did he get to Nigeria from Kenya? Who was the person who abducted him from the underground garage? Who was he expecting that made him to drive privately to that place and got kidnapped? Who are the people that kidnapped him? Because the Kenyan government came to court and said, we're not aware. We don't know who did this. You cannot. Is it possible to fly a plane, a private jet, out of an airport without two governments getting involved? How can it be more secretive? It's because there are global conspiracies involved, too. And it was as if I was being prophetic. The day he was brought back, I was at the Federal High Court. No, it was Court of Appeal, and they said, Kanu has just been brought back to Nigeria. I said, how? They put a hood over his head, even in court. I ran down there. Before I got there, they had already arranged some kangaroo, with the judge. The judge said, go and detain him. And that's been his situation since then. That's when his situation is dead. So I'm saying that
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I would like.
that we are not also dealing with local interests and that there are, and I think my family understands that. Because don't forget, my younger brother was also killed a few years ago on his way from school in, close to Benin City. My direct younger brother. And see, today, the police did not disclose to us who did it. Even initially, they said it was Fulani herdsmen. They should send us some pictures of people they claim were Fulani herdsmen. But my younger brother was killed at a police checkpoint that they claim had been vacated by the police. So, yes, it's heavy.
Global conspiracy to keep Nigeria where it is.
It is, yes. Anybody who is doing this who doesn't understand that is not ready for a Nigeria of the future.
But people would say the definition, except you have another definition of your own revolution, but the main definition of revolution is forceful, takeover. And like Nedu said, shed, bloodshed and stuff like that. How do you intend to make this work without also endangering the
No,
because Nigerians are scared. Truth is, Nigerians are scared to
they are
die.
fearful people. Yes, I understand. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can, under any circumstance, get total liberation without a fight.
Yes.
Because even protests, they shoot at people. But what makes a revolution sweet is that it's the numbers you introduce into it. If a number of people, huge number of people can convince themselves that it's time to move and they move together, you have limited casualty. You have limited casualty because the people who want to kill you will be outnumbered. That's why revolutions are very popular and sweet. But to say that somehow I can guarantee you that the day after we will not count some casualties, including some of ourselves.
Do you think we'll ever get there where we'll say all of us will revolt?
Yes,
Do you think we'll ever get there?
I believe so. And I just hope that when we get there, it will be done by reasonable people.
The question I also want to ask you is, this one that you just said, you just hope that it will be done by reasonable people, which means it can be hijacked and turned into something
It's not hijacked. It just means that
So, Biafrans, you can hear what Omoyele said. No? That's game of interest. The whole world, because they have something to gain from Nigeria. And you think that it's easy. When Onyendu say that he knows three things, and others know two, and others know one, that he know all. And when Onyendu said that he's waiting for his people to give him mandates, you know what he's doing? And he said when they give him any day that he will declare Biafra, our borders will be secure. Our borders will be secure. If enemy come to the border, that he will get them down. They come to the air, we will get them down, and he will be on ground leading. When you know what he's talking. But Simon will be in Finland. Freeman, let me tell you, I'm coming for a program. Maybe that will be next week, because tomorrow I have a very wonderful program with the White Council. Barcelona Marco is coming here tomorrow. But after then, I'll have a program. The program Simon Eber went to Dr. Damages. I will design a program about that. The name will be The Road to Dr. Damages by Simon Eber. On that day, Freeman, I will advise you not to come in, because that day you are the hot. I will advise you not to come in, because that day on that day you are the hot. Because I thank God Some of the questions are there, a lot of people do the idea. A lot of people do the idea. Asking our leader to come to Finland to see him. I do that out. The guy, but what second time to that out, Joe. He was just dancing. But I forget to go that one. But on that day, Freeman, don't come in because all you are the hot. That day are the hot. We must say the truth. And I always told you guys, no man become great through imitation. No man become great through imitation. Go and check Simon Ekpa plan, everything he was presenting to you guys. It was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu template. But a lot of you that did not know what happened, but out this log yesterday, go and check all these templates. We'll go about a constitution in favor of everybody. Go and check. I don't want to go there first, but I have something I'm doing. Now, let's continue with Omoyele and the other one. Although the one mad, because Sowore said, because the reason why this guy was spy, because he pressed the red button. And what is the red button? Oh yeah, because all those the world, I told you guys, these people are the one holding our the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, not even Nigeria. They are the one holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, trying to negotiate. And and they are tired, and that's why coming up Trump will help issue, because Trump don't belong to that their circle a bit. You can remember when Trump said that his friends make money from Africa. He mentioned Nigeria. He said if you want to make quick money, go to Nigeria. So Trump is not that kind in that circle. I hope. Let's continue with Omoyele. And after then, I have to put up my link. Maz Dakus, you can come in then.
I mean, if I be you, I probably would think this way. Because the people you're fighting for, I've asked you this question if you regret it. Another side of the question is, do you think if Nigerians were thinking differently, if then they say, okay, we go stand behind this person, say things for they different? Because I remember during the election, now only one person, now I know, with the shout, Sowore, if I go vote anybody, it was Daddy Freeze. So I know, no, Sowore. If not get sense, do you think Nigerians really know what they want? Well, or we are just moving by.
Yeah. What I would tell you is this: the situation of Nigeria today was properly planned.
Oh wow!
Yes, when they started defunding education in the 70s, and then removing free education, healthcare, they were planning for the citizens that you have today. Yes, because the easiest people to lead are ignorant people. And you will find out that the last set of people who can still stand up in Nigeria today and speak with dignity are some of the people who had free education, and some of them who went abroad to go to school, funded by the Nigerian people. And some of them, regardless of what happened, they will never leave this country. So we have to be careful not to also be too hard on the victims. Because all these people you are talking about, the people who hate you and I for speaking truth, they are the victims of the Nigeria that has been programmed to fail over time. So when they were doing structural adjustment program, and that's why I was telling you about the global conspiracy against them, they knew that it would produce this kind of country. Now they know that this economic system will be broken. When they are saying don't fund electricity, they know that Kaduna textile will collapse because they can't afford. It is easier for you to buy Ankara from China today.
Yes.
And very soon, Gary, It's cheaper.
Very soon, Gary.
Yes, Ghana. I mean, China is actually have taken the Gary
Cassava.
technology to China, and they're going to be importing Gary here if they have not started it already.
Hey.
But if that one is too far from you, what about the cashew that they are reprocessing in Ghana, in China, that you are buying in your supermarkets now?
Cashew.
Cashew,
At
yes.
Uturu, there's a large
Yes.
cashew absu now.
Yes, yes.
There's cashew plantation.
All
Uturu is cashew.
all the timbers that are leaving Calabar, they are going to China to be processed and sold back to you, or Turkey, and sold back to you as bulletproof wooden doors. So, if the moment you don't have that capacity to process your raw materials, you have lost out. And that is what they were doing with structural adjustment program that people didn't pay attention to in those days. So Nigeria did not happen to the victims you are looking at overnight. And then when they came with the distractions, and entertainment was supposed to not be a distraction. But when it got here,
It became a distraction.
I was in the US where
I hope you guys are listening, Almost was say he said there was an international conspiracy against Nigeria. They planned Nigeria the way it is today. And you think it can dismantle Nigeria overnight. That's why some member will come and tell you that we have been in this struggle for years. That everything he do is fast, express. We are counting, and remember, I've told you guys that the moment we are getting close to December 2nd, it will change the statement. Go and check this, go and check out his statement on that December 2nd. He told you that December 2nd will not be Biafra will not be there, but it will be a beginning of fighting for Biafra. If it will take him 20 years, he's ready to fight it. If it take me 10 years, he's ready to fight it. Can you imagine? Okwensu no bata Mes Express, pia, onwete ozugbo. Anyị nwa nọ there na anyị na-egbu oge. Ọnwụ na ụfọdụ ga na-akpakọ ọnụ, Simon Ekpa will use were na-aṅụ garị. About people like us. But his program is coming. His program is coming. When I talk, I bring evidence. Now, I want to put my link. I want to put out my link. If you want to come in, you can come in. If you have your question, please endeavor to ask. It's very important. And tomorrow, the Wise Council by Mr. Mako is coming. 5 o'clock Biafra time. And IPOB principal officers around the world will be in the program. So tomorrow program is going to be wonderful. And we are welcoming a very big masquerade in the house. They won. I put the link. Let's continue with.
they were doing Big Brother USA, and some 20 years later, I came back to Nigeria and they are still doing it. The people who started it in the USA have forgotten that they even did any show like that. And I was like, wow, what a fundamental distraction a society could get. But don't also forget that education doesn't come from classroom alone. Sometimes it comes from suffering. Yes.
Education doesn't come from classroom.
Yes.
Sometimes it comes from suffering.
Yes. So a lot of people have also become very conscious as a result of their very horrible experiences in the hands of Nigeria. The way you put it is people that Nigeria has happened to. And that is the pool that I said could surprise you.
When you were
Baba, no vex. Now I ask this question.
Yes.
No vex.
Can I go on? I want to ask.
Before the go on.
Yes.
Just listening to you speak about the current state of the country and some of your experiences from the past, it is clear that when we attempt to find solutions to the problems of Nigeria, sometimes we look at it and say, is it that these people don't have sense? Or I am the only sensible one? I'll state 2 examples. You mentioned that the first time you were beaten by the police was in 1992.
Yes.
And nearly 20 or almost 20 years after,
2021.
somebody just called their boss.
Now, Biafrans, the link is there on YouTube, and also on YouTube, Ikechukwu Ezumezu. The link is there. The link is also on Maazi Ezumezu Onwekwe on Facebook. The link is there. If you want to come in and contribute, or if you want to ask questions, you can also come in and ask your question, or you can also write your question. It's very important. Let's continue.
Yes.
Sowore did there, and then descended on you.
Yes.
Now, in 2020, Nigerians came out in their numbers to ask for that rogue unit of the police force to be disbanded.
Yeah. Yes.
And call for improvement in the welfare of police officers.
Yes.
These same people that Nigerians were fighting for are the same people who turned against Nigerians.
Yes.
Some of them, not
Some
all.
of them.
Because some go tell you, say, this one I do not the truth, but we not fit talk am. And you mentioned another example of when Abacha died.
Yes.
And it was the first and last
Throwing
time that you
the
hung
cabs.
the police
Policeman.
officer.
By accident, too.
By accident. So them too been they rejoice that time, then they happy.
Oh, yes.
But when he reached to say,
Tar du hand om förvildade eller bortstup?
too been they rejoice that time, then they happy.
Oh, yes.
But when he reached to say, these same people, when we they fight against, when be the oppressors, now them they still they use.
Yes.
How does that even make any sense?
It does, so it will make sense because it's foundational. Nigeria's problem is foundational to a large extent. So Nigeria has two major problems. One is foundational and the other one is institutional. But the foundational started first. You must look at what is the foundation of the Nigerian police. It was founded to protect the business called Nigeria.
Not the people.
Not the people.
by the colonial
In fact,
overlords.
the Nigeria police used to be called Katsina Askari. So
Askari.
They have transformed to different. At the time, it was for a regional police. So they are transformed from time to time. But don't just look at why they were created. They were not created to protect the people. They were created to protect their oppressors. And it started with the white colonialists. So there was never a time the police looked back and said, now people where we there for. And the people who are now programming them to do what they do, you see their curriculum, the way they train them, now still to be wicked. And to be more wicked, they will put them for barracks where human beings no fit stay for. That's how you dehumanize. That's how you do what I call animalize people.
You break them, break their
You make
spirits.
people just behave like animals by putting them in situations that animals even cannot be in. So it's one of the things I used to tell people when they say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu, there are some people who have grudge against Nnamdi Kanu. They say he calls Nigeria a zoo. I said to them, zoo that I've been to is better than Nigeria. I'm serious. I've been to zoos before that the animals have doctors. They cannot be in. So it's one of the things I used to tell people when they say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu, there are some people who have grudge against Nnamdi Kanu. They say he calls Nigeria a zoo. I said to them, zoo that I've been to is better than Nigeria. Do what I call animalize people.
You break them, break their
You
spirits.
make people just behave like animals by putting them in situations that animals even cannot be in. So it's one of the things I used to tell people when they say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu, there are some people who have grudge against Nnamdi Kanu. They say he calls Nigeria a zoo. I said to them, zoo that I've been to is better than Nigeria. I'm serious. I've been to zoos before that the animals have doctors.
Biafrans, and when that thing, everything, every single thing I already said, 100% truth. Last time we saw on Twitter space, ex-governor from Yoruba land said that who can help the zoo, who can save the zoo. Then no, is it truth? It cannot cover truth. The only thing that is constant is life. The only thing that is constant is change. And the only thing that you cannot change is truth. Because lies don't last test of time. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called Nigeria Zoo, everybody was so annoyed. Hey, why are you calling Nigeria Zoo? Hey, blah, 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 you know. But today, people are saying that even zoo is more better than Nigeria. The ex-governor wife from Yoruba land saying, who can save this zoo? Let's continue listening to Omoyele. Thank you.
They take nap. They serve siesta, monkeys. They'll carry them and go. And then they'll bring them, when they have children, they have their offsprings, they'll take care of them. They will even announce it on TV. Say, this animal is just born. And celebrate for us. Say, just born, because it never born in the last 3 years. That's how zoos, animals in the zoo are treated. Which Nigeria where you see where their leaders they treat like they treat animals
500
for
naira.
modern day zoos, so not be the zoo where they for Ibadan. And I make the lions they chop the people where be zookeepers these days because even those ones they don't be inside revolutionary mode.
Our own for Nigeria,
Yes.
now lion the thief money,
Yes.
now snake the
So-
thief money.
So, but that's what you must understand, that there's a fundamental problem with how the police was set up. And is the reason we say until we have that sudden change,
Yeah.
and to wake up in a Nigeria where people understand that police is a department for law enforcement and law and order. It's not a force that should force people to do what they should not do or make people become, disillusioned about having a police. The attitude of a Nigerian towards the police, the moment you're approaching police, is what you start to panic.
Yeah, fidgeting.
Yes,
But
so-
if a police approaches you in a decent society, you feel good. Even when they give you a ticket,
You see the way they approach
protect
me.
me,
Like, yes, sir, we are arresting you, sir,
they will
please.
still say, "Sir, have a nice day." After they have given you a ticket that is
Ah, what
$100.
anyway?
You know,
For me tickets.
a police.
So I think we have come to an end of from Omoyele. Dear fans, this is what Sowore said, and I have backed it up with a lot of evidence. What he just said to tell you guys that what we are doing here or what we're saying here is Ezoku Chineke. We tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. And that's why they will tell you, don't go and listen to Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwe Nsunkanka, because they know if you are in this platform, you open Anya, all that you will hear is truth. If you cannot know Ezoku Chineke, they will ask you not to come, but they will be coming here and watching me, just like one instructor in France. Okay, I want you guys to listen to his voice. Let me play this video. But they will tell you guys, don't come, don't go. But I know my program, people are getting to my program. And my program, if we pass a message from here, it must get to that person. Here will promise here will message here. Now I want you guys to listen to one instructor in France. I want you guys to listen.
Ezumezu nwa anụmanụ enwere na-aga nwere program awari na maazị Ndadị karịrị ejikwu maka isi m iriri ihe ịchọzi ya na ndị mbụ na ndị egede ya na ụdị ọda prọfet ndị ihe eji etu mgboro mbụ yo ịma ya mkpu okwu awari na ọdụkwa egwu
Gekwenụ ntị aga nkwa, gekwenụ ntị.
ụmụ nke a na-akpọ ndị ama ya alụ ndị ya ọta ka o tetela ụla ndị abalị si idiot mbụ mbagede abalị si anụ ọhịa ezumezu nwa anụmanụ enwere ya na-aga nwere program awari na maazị Ndadị karịrị ejikwu maka isi m iriri ihe ịchọzi ya na ndị mbụ na ndị egede ya na ụdị ọda prọfet ndị ihe eji etu mgboro mbụ yo ịma ya mkpu okwu awari na ọdụkwa egwu
Una anụrụ ya? He's here, he's watching. But he will tell you guys, don't go and listen because they have created a WhatsApp group. They will tell you guys, don't go. Don't, and most of you that are watching me, you will hide. But even I have chase crowd. You have baby again. He fight for those that don't have platform, for those that don't have mouth to speak. Or even never email. He not here, he going the truth. But one is such in France. No for more, even they go about our leader. Kevin no from all back on our program, dodge, yeah. But he will tell you guys, don't go. Man, can. We don't care. This message, I'm not for tomorrow for our kids. That's all. Let's welcome our senior comrades, Maz Dakus, regional coordinator from Scotland. Maz, you are welcome, Maz. Maz, please introduce yourself, Maz. It's very important. Thank you, Maz.
Maz, good afternoon or good evening or good night. I'm
Yeah.
in King. Hello, Maz.
I can hear you. Go on.
All right. Well, great IPOB, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill and conscience. My name is Jocelyn Akujo. Our one of love was 72 carton of trouble. You joy, one man squad. Yeah, dear friends, my greeting to each and everyone and global citizen as we are. Well, tonight we are deliberating about the happenings, the AI that is.
Mazi when you Mazi say to your camera, you know, by the side, or say to your camera, you know, at center. You gotta go.
I think I'm cut away. Yeah, new this thing. I know. Okay.
Mm. Yes. Perfect, 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 perfect.
So we are still on the AI issue. The AI, they want to deceive their gullible. But we are here on the internet, monitoring what is happening across the globe, keeping eye in Biafra land, saying no to iniquity and lie and deceit. Mazen Nandekalu said that he will not allow corruption to come closer to IPOB struggle for Biafra. And Warthog and his co-host and his brought up are everywhere, try to tarnish the image of IPOB, which is not possible. They can call us, oh, you are IPOB Nigeria. Look at such a silly, antagonized, you know, bigot statement. Somebody can open his wide dirty mouth and say, oh, IPOB is a Nigeria. Like, seriously, what concern us? You that is calling us Nigeria, and you, that character you exhibiting, is it what Mazinan can tell us to do? Are you doing your own? Are you the leader of IPOB? If you claim to be IPOB leader, who give you the leadership? And both of them, the leader and the, because both of them are fighting autonomies. Who will succeed? Who will take over? Mazen Nandekali is alive. He's still there talking. And you are there creating havoc, setting as Biafra land are blessed. In the name of your selfish interest, you want to be Ezonyagula. No, this type of, lifestyle. We don't want that. And Mazen Nandekali has nothing to do with them. Anybody who is, entangle or antagonize themselves, you are not part of Mazen Nandekali, don't even know you. You are not part of this struggle. Even if you are part of it, you are doing whatever you are doing on the detriment of yours, not Mazen Nandekali, because Mazen Nandekali said he wants Biafra land to become peaceful. And that is why he is there. Mazen Nandekali, everything they are doing is for Mazen Nandekali to give up like Wazirike. That's just the simple truth. That's just the simple truth. But the person they are dealing have said to them countless times that this is a divine agenda that he cannot let go because it's divine
Yeah,
agenda.
Mazi, when you before it digress to that area, what do you have to say about the program I made to that about Sowore, all those things he said, So
Anyway,
like,
Sowore, like as you said, Sowore, is a politician. He's seeking for relevance whom he wants to work with. His intention is to see if he can work with Mazin Nandekal in several occasions, right? But what he said is on point. But those records are there. Those records, they are all there. So Shure is repeating what is already in the system. BBC have documentation of those things, plus the one they have it. It is everywhere. You go online, you can access them. Nigeria, creation of Nigeria is to make sure that the Igbo man did not say a word by the creator, the people I'm living with. But unfortunately, I'm here with them. Remember the other day I said they bury the Igbo and Biafran people with social media platform. They bury us and crucify us and bury us on media platform. Then we are going to resurrect on the same media platform they used to castigate us. And then we are debunking it, asking you, what is this nonsense documentation? That is why I'm saying to my sisters and brothers who say they believe in Omenala, keep your Omenala aside. Let us get what we want. We are diverse in cultural, religion. We are diverse in that. That should not be a problem. It has never been a problem from the time of our forefathers. Why all of a sudden Mazen Nandekal, when you say, oh, it's Mazen Nandekal, stop, they should stop tagging Mazen Nandekal in that they are rubbish, because they are even dividing ourselves, because we must to have one goal to pursue to get what we want before then.
Yeah,
So
Maz,
those
but Maz, but omenala abụọ rubbish na ọkwara no. No,
excuse ọ dị mgbe m kpụrụ point of correction o emerasị mkpụrụ omenala agwa m gị gị adịbụla mgbe m kpụrụ omenala rubbish asị m ndị omenala should pipe low. A diversity of what our belief should be secondary, should not be primary aspect of this freedom. And if they don't see it that way, we are making a very hell of mistakes. If you don't see, you believe, look at your belief, look at me, look at you. I'm a pastor, I'm a Christian, you're a man. We are here. You have to keep that aside and let us first what we want and pursue our goal and target and get it. Then, if we want to quarrel, ị ga-eche bi nọ n'ohu ma chọrọ gị bịawa n'Enugu, or ga-eche bi nọ n'ohu gị logo n'Enugu ga chọrọ bịawa na Mbaise, then mana gala boga nwere ike sị this one, this one, don't do it like that. Then we settle our matter amicably. We can't be fighting each other for something that we know that this is the distance of our forefathers. We can't come on social media. The sacred ornament of our forefathers, we are bringing it on social media, make mockery of it. It's very, very sad, to be honest with you. We shouldn't discuss that. That is a very sacred ornament. Nobody is touching it, to be honest with you. Now, first of all, when you go to Mbise, they are practicing it one after another. These people for are online in their own place. Have they practiced it once? The answer is no. You never practice it. You come on social media. No, practice it. Go home and practice it. May involve. Excuse me. Ask that person, you didn't come. Oh, that's the thing. So
yeah,
I went to go to Biafra. Then Chowazi Hendi also.
Maazị Okwalago, yeah, ọ na-adị mma at times ọkwala ikwuo ikwe, yes, someone can digress to another view, but this program, o nwere program anyị kwuru maka ya. But
Yeah,
if
so
you
the program is in
yeah,
Abasara
yeah,
Sowore.
yeah, but if you want us to talk about omenala, our own last born is a Christian. Our own last born, my own boy is a Christian. I remember one day, see how you will know a man can. No, 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 no.
Thank you. Okay. Muna check in Muna Gila about it. Muna get
yeah,
it that that's your brother.
yeah.
Now
So,
where's
so
sound that your brother now? Where's sound that your brother? That's what we are doing here.
yeah, but if you want to see Nando omenala na say a hit at this point in the race now, how many are there are doing it? How many are there? But the fact is that if you want us to talk about it, I can close this program. We go and talk about it, because all Christians self we name that thing more than the omenala. No, more for me, I know that omenala will open hand. Anyone you want, open hand ka anyị nwa amụ ọkwara, but all Christians na ya aga close zone ka agba nke ọkụ bulu Awikenga, bulu Nka, destroy Menka. If you want us to talk about it, in close this program, we talk about it like with evidence. Man has no idea of what I go. So let's talk about this Sowore issue and these people known as studio. I'm that know where there was a time program taking place in Nigeria against Igbos. You know, so the thing
All
is
right,
here.
show like what I said, the show
Yeah.
already has shown, these things now a sympathy. That thing has been there for ages. Emma, all these politicians cannot be trusted. When they want their, political ambition, they can go at length and get what they want. After when they get what they want, they change. He's a politician. And that is why Mazin Nandekalo saying no that IPOB, he will not push it politically. You can see Ojuku wife now, what he's doing. You can see Ojuku wife who has pushed his own struggle to political. You can see if that party is doing well or not. So that is why you played it. Like I used to say, with the number of the lawmakers that is coming from Kano. But when you go to this podium now, or podium, you find out that the kids in Anambra is more number, have larger number than the children in Kano. But why is it when you come in political, then the number of people that is coming from Kano is now more far bigger than the people is coming from Anambra? I told you that's one of the things. That is board of contention between me and them. When I was at home, I keep on asking them, why is it like that? Why? So you can see it, that the creation of Nigeria did not balance. The people who created it give power to the north and say those Fulanis will continue. Whatever they said stand. Why? Whereby we are the owners of the resources. The people who owns that resources are nowhere to be found. So
Okay, okay,
now,
okay, okay,
now
Mas.
Sowore.
Yeah, Mas, can you all go no, a few questions because we will land off very soon. Can you all
All
a
right.
few questions? Okay, when you go,
Mhm.
you go on uku that now they fight to protect the Nigeria in this thing territory or no to as a one country, and
Mhm.
is and he believe in one Nigeria so much,
Mhm.
Then and I asked, if we believe in one Nigeria, how come we are not living in Nigeria? He live in France. So, Maz, what do you have to say about this, please?
Well, you can still see that Gowan, Dave Umaya repeated it when he was a governor. You can hear him clearly. He said they are defending the constitution. It's all about constitution they want to defend. They want to defend the owner of the creation of Nigeria. That's the only thing they are doing. There is nothing more, nothing less, is to defend the people who owns Nigeria, who put them in power, so that they will be there and defend that without any, provocation, or without any, remorse. That is one thing you should understand. They are there. Gowon was there. He fought that battle, whatever Britain. Remember last year or last time, I keep on saying it. That British High Commissioner in Abuja is the person who is governing Nigeria. Whether you have president or we don't have it, whatever decision he makes it, and then whoever that in that Aso is just is a symbol. It's just like a what do I call it? It's just a symbol. It's not he forget about whatever decision they say they make. No, is that British High Commissioner controls them. You can see during the time of Catherine Lang or Katrina Lang, right? During his time, when this thing were so high, she's running from one state to another, from one corner to from one pole to from one pillar to pole. in order to make sure that what is in her hand, he didn't do what? He didn't let go. You can see that.
Yeah, yeah, Mazi, let me come in here. Mazi,
Mhm,
will go on be
mhm.
proud of a country that, you know, it buy millions of people to protect as a one country, as a one entity. We go on be proud of Nigeria today that even in its hometown, its people are running away from their ancestral land. We go on be proud of this. Let me bring this thing up. We go on be proud of this video.
In
I've seen
recent
this
weeks,
video.
the residents of Kebbi State have been gripped by fear and horror due to the emergence of the Lukarawas terror group. This newly formed organization has wreaked havoc, tragically claiming the lives of 15 individuals in the Ogi local government area. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters has officially acknowledged the alarming presence of Lukarawas in the northwest, with confirmed activities in both Kebbi and Sokoto State. The defense spokesperson also confirms that the Lukarawas are affiliated with other terror groups from Mali, Niger, and across the Sahel.
Troops are confronted.
I will put this Okoko. So this is a new tele group called Lukalawas in Kebbi. 15 people were by. We go and be proud of a country that he massacred millions of people to protect. We go and be proud that his own people is running away from his land. And even at this point, go on see defending his atrocity he committed in 1967 to 1970. Man, say something, but I ain't waste much time. Say something, man.
So Gowon defending his atrocity because the script Gowon is doing is that is a script they have already written for him, and it's a necessary that he will do it. He don't have any choice. Gowon do not have any choice to do that. Gowon do not have any choice, and that is what Gowon is doing. He is protecting that document they gave to him. Even if they find his parents, he don't have choice. Already his hand is full of blood because they will threaten him and he will keep on doing what he is doing. Even if they drove all the people in his compound, he don't have anything to say. He will still defend that because it's an oath they took. They took an oath. Remember, they took an oath of office, that oath of allegiance, that we will protect these things. And that's it. Oh, that there is no way that can let go.
Okay, okay. Mazi,
Mhm.
what do you have to say about when Sowore make this statement that there is an international conspiracy against Nigeria? What do you have to say about that?
Because Nigeria are owned by United Kingdom, and the people who are the head of the Nigeria are foreigners, visitors, according to Obasanjo, which is the Fulani. Fulani do not have any ancestral land in the whole part of northern Nigeria. So tell me a country that foreigners, some of their citizens will come in here and they will give them posts. But you, your own brother, my own brother, our own sister cannot go to those people's country and even be common councillor. They cannot even be police force. But when they come in the north, they become a northerner. They give them posts. They start to rule you. So that is the thing. The thing is that the creation of Nigeria and the territory do not belong to the indigenes. It belongs to strangers. So any strangers they sent who is coming to do the biddings will be there because he's a stranger. He have the post. The police, their military, and their police will be on the road, whereby the other ones will be in the bush. and keep on doing the ojibo or wajibo. Yeah, if not for kidnapping, it will be for organ harvest. It will be for destroying of crops. It will be it's a conspiracy because the owner will send whoever that will come in. Once they come in, they will be doing their biddings. So all of them who are political, that is why let me repeat it again. Mazen Nandekalu said he didn't want us to go into political because whatever, once you go there and take that oath of allegiance, you will be protecting it. So there's nothing, you have less power. You can see when they defeat you in election, you cry and cry and cry. You cry tears. After crying tears, the judiciary is mess. Judiciary will do their kangaroo judge, and that's it. Life continues. Maybe they will be giving you peanut every month to compensate you. Then there's nothing you can do. You go ahead and defend the nonsense.
Okay, Mazi, look at this video.
Mhm.
Look at this video. Because a lot of our people don't know this, which is very important, that we play this kind of video so people will know the kind of conspiracy against Igbo man.
Is it the one of
That steel doesn't produce industrial quality steel, even though there was supposedly the world's largest steel mill was
Kogi State,
constructed
yeah.
in Nigeria. Now, what most people don't know is that the consultants who designed that steel mill recommended that steel mill should be sited just outside Onitsha. But as a direct result of the Biafran War, no, as a direct result of the Biafran War, it was the stated policy of Murtala Mohammed that we should not reward those Igbos.
Wow.
So he now moved it to a forest in Kogi State instead. In fact, the Metallurgy Institute of Nigeria, which was already constructed prior to the steel mill, till today it's in Onitsha. That's why. Because that was constructed first. The steel mill was supposed to be next to the Metallurgy Institute. That's why Metallurgy Institute is in Onitsha, steel mill is in Kogi. But Nigeria ended up dribbling itself because we went and put it in Kogi where it's unviable. It has never produced anything in 40 plus years.
True.
Mazi, do you understand this?
the thing was too low? Play it again, please. Let
Okay.
me.
Nigeria still doesn't produce industrial quality steel, even though there was supposedly the world's largest steel mill was
Kogi
constructed
State,
in Nigeria. Now, what most people don't know is that the consultants who designed that steel mill recommended that steel mill should be sited just outside Onitsha. But as a direct result of the Biafran War, no, as a direct result of the Biafran War, it was the stated policy of Murtala Mohammed that we should not reward those Igbos.
Wow.
So he now moved it to a forest in Kogi State instead. In fact, the Metallurgy Institute of Nigeria,
Okay.
which was already constructed prior to the steel mill, till today it's in Onitsha.
I can get what
That's
he's
why.
saying about
That
the
was
steel.
constructed first. The steel mill was supposed to be next to the Metallurgy Institute. That's why Metallurgy Institute is in Onitsha, steel mill is in Kogi. Nigeria ended up
The
dribbling
steel
itself because
company
we went
in
and put it in
Kogi.
Kogi where it's unviable. It has never produced anything in 40 plus years.
True.
That steel company, right, in Ajokuta isn't.
Yeah, Mazi, this young man was.
Well, excuse me. Let me come. Those areas are Igbos inheritance land. And do you know why they take it away, turn to that place? Because they do not want anything. Is that steel company, then you can use it when you build the plant, the car plant. You can use the steel from there and send it to the car plant and use it to build car from scratch till the car stands. So, but because they are doing it, think that it will continue. And that is essence of IPOB coming now, trying to say, hey, all these things. Still, iron was, I think it was in Igbo land, that either Enugu or somewhere. I know they still comping before they move it down to that place. It's conspiracy. It has been there all while. Because that is why whenever I say to you that we are born scientifically, that is when I hope you normally hear me when I say we are born scientifically, and that is those raw materials are in our land for we to establish those things were made, we are created for, and that is why they do not want our land productive in any aspect of life. When you come to agriculture, they block it away. When you come to manufacturing, they block it everywhere. When you come to anything science, ask yourself why petrochemical engineering we are not being taught or teaching again in Biafran land. Why? Because they know that if you teach it, our youth will build and manufacture every single damn thing. That is the conspiracy. The conspiracy is that if Igbo, I keep on saying it, let me say it again, hear it again. This thing is, all throne versus throne. The Igbo Biafran throne and the United Kingdom throne. They said they will not like Igbo to rule them or to dominate them. That is the initial plan of United Kingdom. Because all these things, they are the one making use of it, not us. So they do not want us to come closer to those things, to lay access and to lay hand in those mineral resources that is in our land, that God gave us for we to use it. Look at the trade, the economy. They want to, had it been that, because God knows that, and that's why God give us diverse talent. When it comes to trade, you can't take it away from us. When you come to technology, you can't take it away from us. Because they did not want us to lay hand in all these things. Because if we lay hand, we will do it perfectly. So that is why. That is why they want to crush every business of an Igbo man, crop it. But it's not possible. Our forefathers built those markets there for
Yeah,
us.
Maz, let me come in a bit.
Uh,
First of all, when you say Kogi is Igbo land, yes, it's some part of Kogi, not all part of Kogi. So,
I say Igbo living in Kogi state. Did I say that is the whole Kogi? Igbo,
no, no,
it's just
no,
the same Igbo in the same Igbo, excuse me, the same Igbo in Benue, the same Igbo in Southern Kaduna. So
no,
there's no way.
it's Kogi is Igbo land, you
As
are right.
those places are Igbo dominate inheritance. I'm buying
Okay,
this the whole land. I'm buying
okay,
it.
I'm just putting just because of people we carry it, they carry it out, because in Kogi State, there were some part who Yoruba, where some part who Igbo, either, where some part who Kanuli, there is the Northerners. So even the Ajakuta still, man, the people that consulted it, I think that was Russia, the maize. You can see that this conspiracy, that's why they took it across down to Kogi State. But all the same, if you look at this conspiracy against Igbo, it's lay. Look at what they are doing to Governor Oti. Governor Oti built a powerhouse. Guess what? They are frustrating him by not supplying him gas. No, he spent millions of dollars to build that power plant to make sure that Abia State have power 24 hours. But guess what? They come the other way, because he need gas to power it. And they are frustrating him through that way. So that's the international conspiracy against Nigeria and particularly Igbo, because they know that we are
Give
the
me a Nigeria, like no, this Nigeria. We are talking about the Igbos, the conspiracy in the Igbo. That's the
I know,
conspiracy.
I know, but we are not the only one in Nigeria. Yorubas still have also talented people in Nigeria, even outside too. but we know Igbos. We know their target. They know that we know that Igbos are, maybe what I say, up, who are above some other people, but in terms of manufacturing something. But in Yoruba land, we still have some people there that are so, they are blessed too. So the fact is that Ukwalogi order, no matter their consequences, a day will come, all their plans will be destroyed, and it's destroying now because only the Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, is doing it. And that's why I told people that the stage Mazin Nnamdi Kanu on now will determine if we will have this Biafra in a peaceful way or in armed struggle. This is the fact, and that's why if there's any person somewhere claiming to be the Alpha and Omega, you know, copying copy all the template of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, I'm just laughing, because it can never become great through imitation. This is the fact. No, I love the question that someone puts out, but a day will come, I will do the program after tomorrow program. A day will come, I will do the program. And again, I will also use this opportunity to Chade, Dr. Chade. Dr. Chade, if I were you, he could have come down to ask put question to Simon Ekpa, but you are so mad, and maybe because of previous issue between you and him, and for me, he did not obey Dr. Damage's platform. And if I were Dr. Damages, I will not bring you back again because it respect my platform. In as much that you are a big fish, you could have respect someone maybe an obi, But the way you is your attitude, Maze Zumezu, I don't like it because you have everything to how will I say, to put Simon Ekpa on a hot seat. You have the information because you guys have been together before and we work together. You know him more. Even when we are doing fundraising in America, either you or him they are using. So you have everything to every will I say, resources to put him on hot seat. But your anger was too much, and abuse and this, no, well, it's okay. It's okay. So, Maz, what do you have to say? We need to go. We have to go.
No, the point you make there is that you say his anger was too much. His anger was not too much. Why I said that his anger was not too much is because Simon and his group has been keep on disrespecting people. They do not want people to air their view and their mind. And that is why they're insulting the guy. So I don't see the reason somebody who want to somebody whom you know that person will educate you on what you don't know, and you want to use that opportunity to insult that person, which is not good. So I watched that later because the last thing I can do is for me to go to Simon paper platform for me to go and disgrace myself with those charlatans as if who don't even know their left from their right. They will be insulting people like I see. Then comparing Simon Ekpa, who was organized indeed, a small boy who don't even know anything about the history of Ndim, he's going against whatever Mazin Nandikalu believe. Mazin Nandikalu say, if this thing will go peaceful atmosphere, don't worry yourself, it will go peaceful atmosphere with what Mazin Nandikalu. This game has gotten to the world don't even believe that this thing can get to this point we are now. 8 years of Buhari is over. Nobody has ever tried it. 8 years of Buhari is over. Tinubu is heading to 2 years or 3 years now. And the struggle is still going. Upon every single thing under their leadership mount, to destroy. They started from the foundation of IPOB by telling the pillar of IPOB that is no longer IPOB member. Mara, do you know what that sound? Do you know what sound? Even for Mazen Nande of Kalu wife to come on social media and say, we are 5%. My whole water. The pressure is too much. So they come in every ramification. The woman of substance, whatever he told me, I believe him. Mazen Nandekal. That woman is more than 1 million men. And Mazen Nandekal wanted two guiding angel who is everywhere. You are here, I'm there. Others in South Africa and US, we mount on social media because it's a game of social media. Like that's why I told you that we are crucified and buried in social media, and we are going to resonate in social media. I'm not what I'm saying. We are resonating from social media. They have tried everything. Nobody is watching us. The 1%, but they will be fine. Keep on watching us. When we are saying it penetrated, oh ye dear seed, oh ye dear seed, we scatter all their cows, their lie and their deceit. Every AI, but Udi AI ejiri hime Buhari, Theresa May and the school hustle jiri me Buhari, Buhari and one high with AI. Babu, oh, when Buhari AI code, oh yeah. And when I put a hand in court, when Mazen and the Kala accused, did they say it on court? They never said it. They know that Mazen and the Kala, we are on point. So everything now, so all of them now is coming to see if there's a way we can bring all these things to political distance. Dialogue is political. Mazen and the Kala say, told De John Nyanwood because I'm one Imo State, I'm one beside ya all day. De John Nyanwood is my senior, so I got my ear day. I can't disrespect it, it's my day. So De John Nyanwood say, oh, this Onyebu, if anybody who want to kill Fulano, first of all, killed him because of the political interest. Mazen Nandika say, go and get me this restructuring you are saying. Did he mention anything Biafra? Say, go and get it for me. If you get it to me, I will now pedal down. Where is them and the plus the upper Niger and lower Niger and the Ududuwa Gine Congress? Where are they? Where is it? Because their master is behind. Just like after Aburi Accord. Igbo do this. Igbo. They are seeing the truth because we are on social media debunking them. Anything you can say, the little you can, come on social media and then tell the world what you know about the struggle. We are not going to relent. We are not going to surrender now and tomorrow. Our supreme leader, we are giving him the courage. Okay, where is their leadership? They are nowhere to be found. Where is Chike Dozem? Or
Yeah.
Dindu
So, Maazị, okay.
Chegodi Shama Juju, Chike Dozem or Dindu Donwana.
No, I don't know. I don't know. But for more than 6 months, nobody's hearing from Chikapo Edozem. Nobody's hearing
Okay.
from him. Yeah, no, nobody's hearing from him. So I don't know. So onye nwa mara ọkwara ebe ọ nọ. But Maazị, before we go, I go like what I said.
Yeah.
Chede is overstep and his anger. If I were Dr. Damages, I would take him out. That is me. That is a fact. And I will not be bothered to bring him back again. We know respect is a reciprocal. When you go on somebody's page or platform, you respect his rule, you respect the rule of engagement. So when Simon Ekpa was there to answer question, a lot of people was asking a lot of people was putting question to him. So you come, first of all, he came in and also tell Dr. Damages, if I'm here, I expect you to moderate this thing very well. No, why did all those comments? So he overstepped his boundary, and not only that, he did not even ask question. Others are doing. Rather, he went on to to insult or abuse. At the end of the day, he went out. He was out. So for me, it didn't go well. You can do that to your platform, abuse him, talk, but when you come to someone's page or platform, you obey the rules of engagement. you know a kpọtara dị ya ka a jụọ ya ajụjụ go wee jụrọzi ya ajụjụ and inwe questions ị ya ajụ ya. And ọ bụrụ na ọ jụrụ ya ajụjụ, even though damages aka enye ya more time to ask questions, but inwe every arsenal to put him on a hot seat.
That that is why I say to you, excuse me, Mbagawari, let me say this thing. That's the problem our people want. And all one of the problem Fulani and the Britain like an average Igbo man ya jiwe boy ya mine boy ya bafuo, he won't come again because of anger issue. But people like us who have studied them, heavier with that their annoyance, and ye cool or damn buying it and leave them, and then we bring them because I monitor the system from the Bible. Also, again, resist the devil, and he will flew away. Resist the devil and say, stand him, resist him, and he will flew away. We will stand you and resist that person, and that person got buff. Because we understand their cunning. So you master their cunning. You use their tactics. You don't give them that breathing space. Don't give them that breathing space, my brother. Don't let go. Yeah, don't let go, my brother. So that's the problem our people are facing today. Our people are facing that problem because of Nyangwa now. They are letting go. They are letting go. And then when that let go is there, then because they themselves know that these people, they will run, they will do this. But when you stand against them and say, no, this thing will not continue, this thing will not continue, one name, and you question
I know,
because
I
all
know,
the
I know, I know, but
excuse me, let me say this, all the horses or all the horses or when Mazinande Kalo, remember I told you the 2015 when Mazinande Kalo we are kidnapped. That is when I know. Then I've already put the every arsenal. They will try it the second time because they failed that one. That is why when I buy him immediately, Mazin Nandekano, the same week, I buy him Ebido his work immediately. They didn't want to wait. Then when I sensed that the game, that's all we did. Ebido from their propaganda lie. You go nowhere. You of this thing, mega adding more loss or fit to the IPOB code of conduct and the chain of command. Which means these people soon or skeleton in your cupboard. That is when I start to view. I begin to see that this guy, they are crossing the boundaries. Then say I will excuse myself from among them and then position myself. Then I come on social media. They keep on telling me, I'm saying that I'm coming on social media. That is when social media meaning to debunk that their criminality and lie. And that is where we are today. And that's why we are here now. We are. So, my dear brother Mazis Miss, we need to stand because they will ridicule you. So this struggle, where are those media war recharge card? Where are they? Where are those millions? Where are they? Where are they? Let me ask you the question. Could you believe that a holy fire on Anambra, in Lagos State? What do you say about that?
who said that na Lagos State? Who says so? All those things. No, Maz, onwe news here, and we have to
Mgba chere ni now. Ọ dị ka ịnwe nga ndị BBC bụ televise ya today.
n'ebe keke enyiri ya. Eme
wait.
Maazị Lestin first gee ntị. No?
Amara ma nwa ya mere ma service of chere ni meji ya na chere
Maazị wait first. Onwe mmadụ ya ekwu, onwe news here, you have to verify, no? They may do a kind of part of his ceremony in Lagos. Bịa n'Igbo nye ya the same way emeli iwu anyanwụ in Abuja. Bịakwa n'Igbo mee another one before enye ya. Ebe ka enyi Ifeanyi na Lagos when? Maazị lapụ all those news because no. This is no. They may do a kind of ceremony or something like that. Men from Lagos, some politicians, men at Lagos, bịa n'Igbo mee another one. These are the final burial. You know? All the oge ebute Ojukwu eme some part.
Okay, burial ya is when? Burial or what? Achọrọ m iji gị because I share it today. BBC Igbo. Yeah, lee how ya heard it?
Gịnị na-eme gịnị na? Gịnị ka ọ kọrọ ya nwere mfụ dị gịnị ka aka akọ dị ya?
Ọ sị ụka ime amachaghị Igbo. Ọ sị ụka olili ozu Sinetọ Ifeanyi Uba na Asọmta dị na Ikoyi, Lagos.
Maazị Listin, enwere right ịkarịa ọka na Lagos, karịa ọka na Abuja, go take him back to Igbo land, mee final burial, tinye ya n'ala. Na onwe news ihe afọ mana
But iwe were gị Ifeanyi Uba ọ bi na Lagos ka ọ bi Abuja ka ọ bi Nnewi?
Nke emere Ojukwu obi na Lagos ka obi na ala Igbo, nke emere iwu anyanwụ obi na Abuja ka obi distin. Ihe ya na-eme is normal akwarago.
Ama m ka echiri iwu anyanwụ, ele ka echiri iwu anyanwụ. Ọ dịsa mụ na gị so.
Iwu anyanwụ agara ya na Abuja. Agara ya na Abuja since a na-emeli Ifeanyi Uba na take him back to Igbo land, made the final burial, tinye ya n'ala. Ihe wo ya na-eme normal na, no? Ojukwu eteke Ojukwu in so many states before eme ya enye ya final burial. So apụ BBC their propaganda ma ihe na kwara no.
Nwa dị propaganda, agbaghị sọ propaganda, but ahụ na mass family ya na-afụda wute akwa ma nwaanyị ya na ụmụ ya.
Yes, agara ya ụka. That doesn't mean na enyiri ya na Lagos. No, onye igwe ndị bewa declare play oge ọnwụ self mere na no.
But ya wuru to me when kwuo say let it be true, see elie na ala Igbo rather than eji ilie na Lagos. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say asim ya wuru ma elie na Lagos, always disgrace to the governor of Anambra State.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
What I'm saying. I was with my own one canvas. I say, Yauru Melie na Lagos. Despite that misunderstanding, I in Elie na Lagos is a very big disgrace to us. What we are going.
As an IPOB member. As an IPOB member, so far na in under Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. You have no problem with Ifeanyi Uba, the late Ifeanyi Uba.
Of course, it's my brother. I don't have problem with Ifeanyi Uba. It's my brother.
I'm coming. Once you are IPOB member under Maazị Nnamdi Kanu leadership, you have no problem. But individually, they can step out of whatever because only do see that those people should not be, talk about. Maazị Nnamdi kwuru ya. Both Iwu Anyanwụ, both Ifeanyi Uba, both Onyeka Iwenu. So nobody should do or castigate them anymore. He give an instruction. So as an IPOB member, you must maintain it, you must stand by it, you must obey the instruction of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu.
I agree with government that how you can grab they say see even if the problem with Ifanyoba is my brother, is my friend. The problem with Maniala say omre areas not come. I never had to find you, but I'll keep an IPOB aside. And I agree with I will listen to what Mazin Nandekalo all final. But
Yeah.
to me, as personal or maybe individually, maybe Bamdi, I didn't have anything. There are areas he's not getting it right. That is the only area I am having with them politically. That's the only thing. I agree with you.
Yeah. 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 You know.
Even if we go here in Imo State, I don't have problem with him. Oh, he is not getting things done properly. That's my annoyance to him.
Yeah, one thing again, I could say again. I am and all those politicians, they are evil, but not all of them.
You are right.
But the good one, the few. The good
Ekwurumeku.
one, the good one, the few. Not all of them are evil. Only a good one that have the have their people in their heart. Like people like Agocha, Mazinan Kano, this thing, as of Rep. You can see the fight that man is fighting. But
And the other and Kimo State here Gini Ken Kimo.
you can see Iken Gimo. And that is why I am against one Iswacha. Ogobi Casket Bianca Ojuku. For what? Bianca Ojuku have been there for us, standing for us. And apart from that, she was a politician. She's a politician. Even later on,
Papiao ex-governor.
yeah,
Ono
Papia,
was a
yeah,
governor.
Papia
He's the
ex-governor.
daughter of a governor.
One Iswacha na France. Chika Melike. Agwa me na ọ continue Bianca dọwa ya ọnụ. Bianca dọwa ya ọnụ.
Omrenga Rogo the girl. The girl,
No,
her father, who excellency, Oma
you know,
excellency.
yeah. So she came from a politician, a family of politics. Her father is ex-governor.
Amam Owada Ono, Akwa Wada Ono.
Yes, now, and she got married
Yeah,
to
so
Ojukwu.
Owada governor.
Ojukwu was the
So
governor,
I did.
a politician too. So the only thing we'll be doing that now. Now she have given an appointment. You know, we will find a way to have in contact with her to and put this question again once more. What is she doing for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And we take it up from there. Not because he has settled an appointment that is a politician right from time. You come on air because you have your laptop, you have your tablet, you can open your smartphone, you can start to abuse her. Although and since then we'll keep one ear shut. Now continue. But you know on those. Mazi, give your takeaway point. You have to go. We have to go.
Well, Mazes Zumes, you are doing great.
Yeah.
IPOB, lovers of freedom, people of
There we go.
goodwill, Biafrans at large. We will keep on sending our message across the globe as a global citizen. We are already here. We want to restore Biafra. Or when Hege stop here, something, bond we have already signed. We have entangled ourselves and we say we are going to accomplish it. And we're going to accomplish it. Owu orinoku ndị ka fụrụ anyị orinoku gị fụtara ya gwa gị si ya na-enye gị Biafra taa na echi ya ji gị anyị na-ama ahụ ya so ọwụ ndị ji ekwu bọọlụ ya mụrụ ụmụntakịrị ndị ọkpọfuru ọji na ego o bule wayo ọ chọrọ ịkpọfe gị ya sa anyị ji ekwu bọọlụ ịma they have so many things to do. So it's a story of another this thing. So Bagesa Biafra, I heard declare Biafra na foreign land, Ghana Kwaka. Our own Biafra cannot be declared a foreign land. And they all know that that is a lie. And where is the war talk? Is your been how Chike dozie bi na Sweden ele ebe obi
Switzerland.
Switzerland. So where is him? Where is him? A HOT, a man claiming to be a leadership of IPO. Where is him? He is nowhere to be found. And that is the type of people who want to get us Biafra.
No, you shut up your mouth.
So that is how it is. So my dear brother, thank you so much. Jisi kai gadi na gani. Echi gadi echi aga agwa. So ume Biafra. Gaji say nike. And I want to use this medium Sean oge echi njaka. In talking nonsense. Simadole no kana the struggle. Okechi njaka, be careful and stay away from IPOB. Actually be allowed that nonsense. Then we're not going to take that from you. So Okechi njaka, stay away from IPOB. So Mazi Kenga, Mazi Ezumezu, Udo Drege, Ya Drege Nama. Then the